Call CNS Healthcare at 407-425-5100 today to learn more about this research study for those who desire to drink less. Or go to cnshealthcare.com to schedule a free consultation.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Are they promising you up to 10% growth per year guaranteed for your retirement income? If not, you need a new financial advisor. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hard-working folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 up front or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't work when you're supposed to be retired. And if any financial advisor tells you it's too good to be true, they simply don't have the options we do. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive surgery, find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578. 689-314-7578.
Are you worried about long-term injuries after an accident? I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Before you settle, know your rights and know your options. Visit justcallmo.com. Let's make sure you're covered. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
The check is good, the experience is smooth, and the reviews online are wonderful at GiveMeTheVin.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial pound wall. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. Lots to get to today, from markets crash after tariffs to rumors swirl about Elon's DOGE exit, and the cause of death is revealed in Costa Rica. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us what we call a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Oh, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
I like that.
Man. And I got to tell you, feels good to be broke. Feels good to have
It's
all
humbling.
of your money just taken away from you.
I like it too. It reminds me of college a little bit.
Yeah,
when,
yeah.
You had to ask your parents for money, and they sometimes gave it to you, but you had to give them a list of what you use that for.
Yeah. Well, we could
I
also...
know, you had to give a list?
We could fire up the ramen, we get our like discount stuff back on a little bit more.
Sure, absolutely.
Just looking like we might head in that direction for the time being. I don't know. We'll look together. We'll see what's happening with the stock markets here in a bit.
It's so funny that you say, like, fire up the ramen because that was such a poor food, and now I use ramen as, like, an addition to stuff. Mm-hmm. We'll make, like a Chinese chicken salad. I'm like, why don't you pick up some ramen so I can just crush up the raw bits and put them in there like little crunch Chinese croutons. It's pretty fancy when ramen is the least fancy thing.
For those of you who don't know, C-Lane will eat dry-ass ramen. And I don't know what to make of a human being that is willing to do that, but he will crunch up a ramen.
I mean, I love a good crunch, but I just haven't tried dried ramen before.
Dried ramen. It's a wild pick. It's not as bad as you think it would be, but it's not great either. It's somewhere in between. It is crunchy, though. I'll give him that.
You sprinkle the sauce pack, or not the sauce packet. You sprinkle the powder on. So it's salty. That's good stuff.
That is the good stuff. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to a mom with a little kid.
All right.
Yeah. C-Lane, you know what this world is like.
Yes, I do.
Man, I'll tell you what. This kid looks about Jackson's age, if I'm honest with you. This kid might be around that 16, 18-month range, a year and a little bit, a year and just a bit there. And this little kid has gotten into a bit of trouble. Now, there's a problem, and we can address this before I play the clip here, C-Lane. But what does one do when you have a little toddling kid, a kid who's like a year old, and they do something bad? You can't really yell at them. You
take away their dinner, I thought.
You can't take away their dinner. That seems bad. What do you do when the kid acts up at that age?
Well, when Jackson does stuff that I don't want him to do, I do make noises to try and distract him, but also to get him used to that noise because he's going to hear it a lot. So he's going to get used to hearing, no.
You sound like a Latin mom.
Well, if that's what it takes.
It's a beautiful call.
Yeah.
Does it stop him in his tracks yet?
Not in his tracks, but sometimes it's like mildly effective. Like the one thing that we're trying to keep him away from right now when he has limited reign of certain areas of the house is we have this is going to sound dumb.
Oh, boy.
We have a blanket ladder.
A blanket ladder?
Yeah, it's like a ladder, but it's
made of blankets?
It's not made for climbing. It's just something that you lean against the wall that's kind of decorative that you hang your blankets on.
Okay.
All right.
Then if you have like people over and you need extra blankets,
it's in the ladder.
You just grab them off the ladder.
And if you have some sort of fire in the house and you want to get out of, I guess, your kitchen window, you could use that.
Yeah, it's good to get out, but then when you leave it behind, it's flammable as a son of a bitch, that blanket ladder.
Especially with the blanket, yes, yeah.
It's going to do it to you every time.
We don't keep it near the fireplace for good reason.
Mm-hmm.
So when you punish Jackson, he has to carry that around all day?
No, we just want to keep him away from it because I don't want him to pull on the blankets and take the whole ladder down. The power cord to the TV's kind of wrapped around it to keep that elevated, to keep that away from him. You know, there's a lot going on there.
Well, you could try that
on the blanket ladder.
I think it was a little too late to stop the kid. This little kid had gotten into something. Let's listen in.
Oh my God, when your son eats your dad, there's ashes. My son has eaten my dad's ashes.
The little kid, all right? His name is Koa. This little kid. His mom went away for a moment. Kid pops open the lid to the ashes, the urn. The kid pops open the urn. He's like, nom, 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 nom. And he goes, he's eating my father. My son is eating my father. And the kid is like, he's got ashes on his face.
When your son eats your dad.
And just to add insult to injury, this kid looks like Grandpa tastes terrible. I mean,
he's like, what is this?
Can we add a little salt and pepper to Grandpa, please?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. When your son eats your dad, there's ashes.
It's everywhere.
My son has eaten my dad's ashes.
Oh, God. Don't do that, Koa. It's not great. Not great.
Stop making ashes look so delicious.
It was in a little container, right? Like, it looks like something you put some macaroni and cheese in.
All right. I have questions. I don't currently have any cremated family members.
Loser.
Well, that are like in my possession.
Yeah.
And as far as the urn goes, why is that able to be opened? Shouldn't we be like getting somebody with a welding torch or just getting some really good caulk or glue, super glue, and just kind of...
I mean, people like to do things with it sometimes, like spread
people want to
that.
display it. Well, yeah, they want to display it, and they
Divvy
want
them up, eat them like this baby.
Right. There's a handful of things you do with everybody who's I've had their ashes. It wasn't a thing where you keep the ashes. It was like you bury the ashes,
right?
Which is a thing. And then there's like you keep the ashes and you display them.
And I've had family members where we've had their ashes buried. But the people that display them, I don't think you should be able to just pop open the urn. And also, even with the urn, I think a lot of people keep the ashes in the bag that they were given in.
They do.
And then just shove the bag in the urn, creating like an extra layer of protection in case something knocks that urn off the whatever cupboard or whatever shelf it's on.
Well, one thing that's very important
keep
here.
Dad contained.
Is the kid was, as C-Lane said, he didn't like the way it tasted. That would have been concerning. If you walk into the room and your son is eating your dad, ashes are all down. He's like, and he's got a big grin across his face.
Eat me, father.
Now, this could be used in her advantage later on because kid's getting older. He's kind of a picky eater. He's like, I don't like what broccoli tastes like. Yeah. And then you show that video. And he said, well, you had no problem eating your grandpa.
Yeah, you'll eat anything,
Try that
kid.
broccoli.
You just don't know it yet. All right, you lost all your money this morning. Things are going well. The tariffs thing is off without a hitch so far, as one might say. We'll look at the markets here as we go along today. And maybe this pays off in the long run, and we're all so rich. We've never been so rich before, but it's a bumpy start. All right, I'm shooting from neutral territory here. At the very least, it's a bumpy start so far. They rang in the bell over on CNBC.
Dell's going to open down 10. Operos going to open down 8. That's all. I mean,
are we cheering?
Dell thought that they were going down. They had very positive meetings. Somebody said very positive meetings with the president.
Just to be clear, the reason why there's chaos and they're cheering, they're ringing the bell. When they ring the bell, everybody,
I love they're like, all right, we're going to start the live shot in 3, 2, everyone scream, and you guys try to talk over that.
And they're like, Apple's down 5, Kraft's down 7.
But, Jim, we may still be waiting for exemptions. We may be still waiting for negotiations. And that's going to be...
How can people watch this? I can't understand any of what's going on.
I don't understand why the amount of cheering still is a thing when they ring the bell every weekday. It happens every day. I would imagine many of the same people are in the room seeing this happen every day. Like, if you did the Times Square New Year's Eve countdown every night at midnight, nobody would give a rat's ass after a couple years. Maybe less than that.
Yeah, I mean, here's the problem, right? When you open the markets and they're down $1,400 or $1,500 or $1,500 points, I feel like you should start with a boo, right?
I don't want to be the person that rings the bell that day.
Too bad. That's the luck of the draw, right? So on a good day, you're like, hey, all right, woo,
You're welcome.
we're opening in the green. On a bad day,
there should be an option to wheel out a much bigger, lower, deeper sounding bell so that it sounds like an old Poor Times movie. It's like, dung.
Oh, I had one of those.
Dung.
Death bell.
Yeah, death bell.
When they show all of the stocks and they said, here's what we'll do, show the main stocks and then we'll color in the ones that are down red and the ones that are up, we'll color them in green. And you go, wow, wee, wah. This is not looking like a positive thing just yet. Maybe I'm not understanding. Tell me why this is good.
The honor of ringing the bell? Is that why their logo's there?
Newsmax is new to the market, and they exploded when they were added. Then they cratered, and then now I don't know how.
The president said that they're too important for AI. So you can knock NVIDIA down.
Still clapping.
NVIDIA, they did not. The Taiwan tax.
They're bells. They're all ringing bells, too. There's already a big bell that is rung. What is going on right now? Kevin says iHeart is down 9.48% as of right now. Kevin, what a time to buy. What a time to buy that
today
iHeart
I'm
stock.
going to do some buying.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Why not? You're right. I mean, it could be doom and gloom if you already had stuff invested.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just going to skip
buying, that. Yeah, if you're buying, it could be great. And when you look at the chart for when it opened, you could see when the market's open. It's quite clear when things open. And as of right now, depending on where you're listening to this show.
Are you sure we're not looking at the continental shelf?
I'm not. I should double check. No, that's the stock market.
Cool.
That is the stock market.
Yeah.
Down 1,467 points as of right now. But I don't know. There's not really a but there, right? But hopefully it goes back up, right? There's the
sure.
But. It's just down a lot as of this moment that we're looking at, right?
Let's see if it goes down any more.
It might. It could. I don't know. This is one of those times where you go, boy, I sure do wish it was Friday. So the markets would close for the weekend and everybody could take a deep breath and we could see what happens next with all the tariff stuff.
I logged into my Robinhood.
Yeah, how you doing? How you doing?
Down,
sad face.
Down 5% today.
Down 5%. All right, could be worse.
But when you look at all of the mini previews of all the things like DOGE, Pepe, not that Pepe was that high anyway. But it's still low.
I just went.
It's never gotten back up since I bought it.
Added a 0, I think. Bitcoin, not that I have any.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm excited. You guys?
I think they're going well. I think that this is a start to something great. Now, here's the thing. I watched all of the stuff yesterday with the announcement of these tariffs. And I must say, I don't quite understand what's going on here. But I feel like I'm in good company because I don't think anybody else does either. I'm firmly committed to the idea that virtually no one knows what's going on here, and eventually this will pay off. Now, off the jump, I was like, reciprocal tariffs sound good. All right, so let's say Sabrinistan is a country. All right,
okay,
and Sabrinistan trades with Selanistan. All right, there's our two countries, Sabrinistan and Selanistan. And
Sabrinistan rolls off the tongue better.
When Sabrinistan sells
Selanistan.
When Sabrinistan sells apples to Selanistan applies a 25% tariff on those apples. Well, Sabrinistan is kind of getting ripped off when apples come back over the border, right? Because she's not putting a tariff on Selanistan. Well, Sabrinistan should put a tariff on Selanistan until they're even, until nobody has any tariffs on each other.
I'm out.
This makes sense, right? This is okay. But the problem is when you just say, no matter what, we're going to put a 10% tariff on everybody, then you have countries like Israel who said, we're dropping all tariffs. It's like duty free, okay? When you're doing business with us over here in Israel, we like that you put this sweet missile curtain up around our city here, and we're very, very happy that our country is protected by a lot of money coming from the United States military, yada, yada, yada. We aren't going to hit you with tariffs. So 0% from us. But they still get hit with a 10% tariff, right? That's where the problems kind of come in for me. It's a little bit wild. And I think this is all wild, wild west territory. But I'm down to hear what you think. Maybe you think this is an awesome idea, and it's going to pay off big time in the end. Boy, do I hope you're right. Boy, should everybody hope you're right, because we all want to make monies, I think, right? But if you think it's a bad idea, also let us know. Send a dispatch or an email, thenewsjunkie.com, or tips@thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get into some more of the reaction to that. But the most important thing going is today is National Burrito Day. And hell yeah. We got to be buying some burritos with our shekels that we have left over.
Don't have any money to buy burritos, man.
Oh, I'll have to pick one up for you. We got to get the lowest we can get. So we got burrito lovers snagging deals, discounts, and freebies today in honor of National Burrito Day. Taco Bell is offering rewards members a burrito for $2 with a minimum purchase of $15. What year is this?
I don't know.
In 1999, the year of our Lord, I used to go to Taco Bell, and with $19, or that's $15, of $15 at the Taco Bell drive-thru.
That was a feast.
I could drive out with no less than 25 items in my bag for $15. No doubt about it. You get bean burritos at that time for like 69 cents or so. You get like tacos for 49 cents. Now, if you want a burrito and you want to get it for only $2, you have to pay $15 for your minimum purchase. Yee. Moe's Southwest Grill, not only do they have the songs from Dead People jamming inside.
Welcome to Moe's.
But they also have a buy one, get one free deal on burritos and bowls.
Is that better than the Pearl Harbor deal they had that one time?
I don't know.
Bring that back.
Yeah, that was good. Dos Toros Taqueria has a $5 off order for people who buy a burrito or burrito bowl. Everybody's doing this whole thing. Here's the thing that's kind of annoying right now. And I'm just an old man complaining into a microphone. All right. I used to like when they do these little deals on a day when everybody's getting crunched. You say, well, maybe I'll save a little bit on my lunch today, and that'll make me feel a bit better about things. Great. Okay. Problem being, now if you want to get the deal anywhere, so many places go, all you have to do is download our app.
Yep.
Sign up for our rewards account.
You got to attach a debit card.
Yeah, and once you set everything up, then finally you can get a $2 burrito when you spend $15 at Taco Bell. Sweet. My God, friends, it's got to be better than this somewhere out there. But how are you celebrating National Burrito Day? Are you crying into what's left of your money? Are you doing something better? Either way, let us know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. So we have many things to talk about today. There was a bunch of tornadoes yesterday into last night, that slammed the United States. There was extreme flooding that hit in some of these places. Our friends in Missouri got absolutely kicked in the D on this one, and that's hurting a lot of these folks who are waking up this morning. Not only do you look at stock markets that are in the red, but you're also looking at your house, which is just a bunch of sticks on the ground. You got that, and you got a million other things. So stay with us on a fun day, and hit us with your dispatch so we can get to those pretty soon here on the show. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
If you're going to give up your personal information to a giant, merciless corporation, might as well listen to something good. So tell Alexa to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Keep an eye out for an accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound before Oakland Exchange. Emergency crews are on scene clearing up an accident on the Turnpike southbound south of Osceola Parkway. The right lane's blocked there. There's a crash on Lake Underhill Road near Cypress Hammocks Boulevard, and traffic is slowing down still on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the
Skull mic activated. Folks, I'm going to need some help with something here, okay? Everybody get on board here. I'm going to need some help with something. Absolutely no trolling will be allowed. I need everybody to be absolutely honest and help me out with one task. Honestly, when do you do this? Like, this is me reaching out to you for a little bit of help in a moment of trials and tribulation. All right, I'm going to try to center the Secret Show's rug in this room. I often get this wrong. People often complain about it. But I want to center this rug. So what I need you to do is guide me through this process, okay? First things first is I need to go further. This is down, all right? Down, Up is toward the wall with the LED ticker. And this is right. Right is toward where I sit. And left is toward where C-Lane sits. Where do I go? Is that right? Did I get it? How close is that? Is that good? Or does it need to try? It needs to turn, doesn't it? That looks wrong, doesn't it? Down and left? How's that? Is that right? That's not right, is it? Is that good? How close is that? All right. Good or not good? Good or not good? That seems pretty good. Spin it 180 degrees. All right, hold on. Too close to the desk? All right, hang on. All right, moved it over. How's that looking? Are we good now? We good? Little clockwise. Did I get it?
About going to nursing school but aren't sure how to get started? Join us at Galen College of Nursing's upcoming open house. Here, you'll meet with friendly and helpful faculty, current students, and academic advisors who can help you get comfortable with admissions and enrollment. Plus, you'll tour our campus and learn all about Galen's personalized student support. RSVP now for our open house on Tuesday, April 22nd from 4 to 6 p.m. by visiting galencollege.edu/Orlando.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
We have mind-blowing magic, raw conversations, and a lot of Hollywood tea. First, we got David Blaine sitting down with Jay Shetty to reveal all the secrets behind his legendary illusions. Then we got Becky G getting real like never before in the In Our Own World podcast. Plus, we got Natasha Rothwell dishing on all things White Lotus on Las Culturistas.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
From Missouri, if you got stuck in any of that rough weather this week, but if you didn't, you have a story to tell. Man, tons of tornadoes coming through, just deadly weather ripping out in some of these areas of the United States. Southeast Missouri in particular got hit with these tornadoes. At least 4 people died. They said some homes were flipped upside down. There's like lots of stuff happening with the bad weather there.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
You don't want that, no. And they live in Potosi, Missouri, which I don't even have to Google Potosi, P-O-T-O-S-I, to know that ain't a big town, right? This is a small place in Missouri, it sounds like. If that's got more than 50,000 people, I'll eat my phone. I don't think it does. Damn it. Now it's going to have more than 50,000 people. Potosi's going to be like 210,000 people.
Sabrina is diligently editing the Wikipedia page to 50,002 people.
Did you want to get like a garnish for your phone? Or
I'm going to need something, yeah.
Like on the side?
It's old now. It's not going to work for me.
2,540.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
2023.
Tiny little town there, Potosi, Missouri. We feel for you folks. If you saw any of this go down,
oh my God, that
hit
footage
us.
is insane.
It's wild, huh? Like some of those tornadoes. Tornadoes are such a it's like the most beautiful, horrific thing you could ever see. Like the power of a tornado twisting things up into the sky. And until recently, I've seen some small tornadoes. And my only experience when I was younger was, did you guys ever see what was called? I'm sure you did. A dirt devil. You know what a dirt devil is?
The vacuum, yes.
Like not a vacuum,
Water
but
spout.
like a little tiny mini tornado that like just goes down your street.
I've never seen one in person.
Oh man,
I haven't. No.
There was a hilarious one. Hang on, this is for those of you watching. A little benefit for you. I'll put this up on See It Now so everybody else can see this. This is an example of what I kind of grew up with. You would be walking around, and then all of a sudden, a little tornado will whip you up. This lady's walking by her truck. Ready? Tornado goes right around her like a dust devil. It's just like a.
How did that happen?
Like a personal tornado just for her. It whipped around just her body.
Like a Truman Show tornado.
And I think she might have been on the phone at the time. Hang on. I got a little tornado to deal with here. There it goes. That's what I dealt with. But these were big dogs.
And speaking of Missouri, I just recently watched on Netflix The Twister Caught in the Storm, and it was a documentary about Joplin, Missouri, and a massive tornado that had ripped through there in 2011. Mm-hmm. And the accounts of, several different people and where they were, but there was one group that they went to go like chase the storm, and then all of a sudden they're in it. And their footage was insane.
Right.
Insane. And just like their firsthand accounts. And then this other dude who, just him and his buddies were getting super stoned in the car. And all of a sudden they're like, I think we're in this, guys. And he gets ripped from the car.
Oh, my God.
Flying in the tornado.
Did he die?
He did not die, but he had like major surgeries. Like he's missing a nipple, but there's also an extent to the surgeries. And
tornado ripped his nipple right off?
Full nip. Gone.
Holy cow.
That's a very powerful dirt devil. Just gets the nip, rips, and then bye.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the tornadoes that they were showing here, and it was a big-ass tornado over Missouri. So if you are in Potosi or anywhere near this, hit us up with your story. Send us a dispatch. We always love to hear from people involved in things that are going on that we end up talking about on the show. So anything next to you, hit us up, thenewsjunkie.com. There was a story that I was interested in, and I wanted to see how everybody felt about this. Let's go to the movies for a second, if we might, all right? Snow White's out the way. That one's done with, probably. Not going to do too much better. And now it's time to make room for the big hits, because there is going to be some big hits this summer. It's going to be a little movie called Lilo and Stitch.
Ooh.
That is going to make boatloads. Count my words, boatloads of money. People will watch that in droves. That will be a big one. There will be a lot of other big blockbuster movies finally this summer, since this year has been so soft. But there's a woman coming out, and her name is Ana de Armas. She's in a movie that is coming up called Ballerina. I don't think she's coming out like that. I think she's just coming forward, one might say, Sabrina. And de Armas is at this big convention called CinemaCon. She's promoting that John Wick spinoff, which is called Ballerina. And that's one of those ones that looks a little troublesome, too. They keep talking about reshooting big portions in the movie, which is a sign things didn't go very well. And she started talking in this story. She goes, I don't like how people want to take existing stuff and change it up, like take 007 and make James Bond a woman. She goes, I think there needs to be more women-led action films, but we deserve our own original characters instead of gender-swapping legacy characters. And to that I say, yes, I think that's true. We do this too much. People deserve representation to a certain extent. And if they get this, don't give them this toss away where you go, oh, this character's now black or this character's now a lady. Give them their own cool characters that work within these other universes. And I think she's right about that. But she said, why don't we have more movies like this? Let James Bond be James Bond and John Wick be John Wick, and we'll do our thing. She says, women love action movies. And I stopped there in my tracks a little bit. And I said, of all the women I've met in my life, to a T, almost all of them hated action movies. They did not care for action movies. They did not want them. They didn't want, and that's why I'm thinking, hey, there's a lot of these movies that are kind of male focused. They're focused on dudes that want to see these movies more. But she says no. She says you ladies really want to see these sort of action movies. Like, here's an example, the Fast and the Furious series. That's one. Obviously, John Wick. I'll tell you, some of them I do not like. We tried to watch the other day. Which Indiana Jones was it? With Harrison Ford. It's a newer one where it starts with the train sequence. Have you guys seen this movie? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if he's in it or not, but it's Harrison Ford. It's an Indiana Jones, a newer one. Courtney and I were watching it, and like the first 30 minutes is an action sequence on a train. And I said, I don't like this kind of action movie. This
Dial
is like
of Destiny?
Yeah, that might have been it. I think that might have been it, actually. But I said, I like action movies. I don't like this type. And I said, let's see what people are actually into. When it comes to action movies, according to AI, ChatGPT chiming in, they said they are 60 to 70% male, 30 to 40% female, obviously. Comedy is the only genre that is absolutely split down the middle. The audiences tend to be 50% women and 50% men that go to those movies. Rom-coms obviously swerve to female, 60 to 80% female, 20 to 40% male. But action, according to this, isn't that big. There is some demand for it, but should there be more? Is she right about this? Ladies,
I love action movies.
That's what I want to hear from. I want to hear from only ladies about this. Do you actually love action movies or no? And if so, do you want more like this? Is she right? Is Anna Darmus right about this? You say yes, you like action movies, Sabrina.
Huge fan. Now, granted, there are some that I didn't care for, but I think that was because it was a crappy action movie.
Right.
But I'm all about it. Edge of your seat, adrenaline.
Greatest action movie of all time is
3, 2, 1. See, I'm going into sci-fi.
My take is a weird one, and people are going to disagree. But I think the greatest action movie of all time is Twisters.
The new one?
Love that movie, and I was on the edge of my seat for the entire thing, and I'm like holding on when the people are holding on and the tornado is twisting away, and I thought that movie was so corny, but it was a good corny for me.
I was holding on when the guy's truck was very realistically drilling into the ground so that the tornado wouldn't sweep it off the off the plane.
Yep.
Yeah, Glenn Powell.
It pays, man. Kill Bill, one of my favorite action movies, also female led.
Yeah.
You not consider that an action movie?
Kinda. I wouldn't consider it not an action movie. Quentin Tarantino. I haven't seen that in so long. It's hard for me to judge on that
Mad Max, great action film, but also a little sci-fi.
I hate Mad Max.
Okay.
There's barely any words in a Mad Max, especially the one that they did not too long ago. What was the Mad Max? The female one, Fury Road. Yeah, that one.
No, Furiosa.
Furiosa. You got it. Furiosa, which looked kind of cool visually, I thought, but Celine, look this up so we don't screw things up here for worse than I already have. Total lines of dialogue in Furiosa, because that was one of the reasons I go, there's nobody even talking in this movie. Maybe there's too much action in this one. There wasn't a lot in that. I remember for sure. Feral Kitten says, Mad Max Fury Road is visually incredible. I'm not saying it's not visually incredible. I admitted as much. I said it's cool to look at and stuff, but I don't like a movie that doesn't have enough plot and writing and dialogue.
Anya Taylor-Joy, who plays the titular character, delivers only around 30 lines of dialogue.
Not too shabby.
That's not a lot of dialogue.
Easy table read, if you ask me.
That's what you kill them. You got like, it's like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he's like, I had to let her go.
Okay, one more time.
One-liners that you just drop out there. There's too many Arnold-esque lines.
No, just your impression of him sounded different.
I had to let her go. Hold on. I got to get this. I had to let her go.
That was the best one.
That was fairly decent. I was in the ballpark, I think. Thank you. Cheers in chat. I hear you. Yep, thank you. Appreciate that. We'll get to your dispatches. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Here's somebody with a dust devil that they took a photo of last year. Yep, you got it. They're not far from you. These are the little ones that you deal with that aren't quite as scary. But when the big ones hit you, like did in Missouri, or the Joplin, Missouri one that Sabrina's talking about, that documentary, that was much, much scarier.
Documentary.
Yes. Here is Flight Risk, who's talking about the tariffs. Okay, let's see. All right.
Morning news, junkies.
Hey.
I know exactly what President Trump is doing with the tariffs. He's going to get rid of the IRS. He's going to use tariffs to collect the money like a sales tax.
Good luck.
And that will make him the best president ever.
The most best.
Oh, well, we could all hope.
I don't think that's going to happen, sir. I think the IRS is probably still going to take your money. In fact, this is what all of us as Americans should be screaming about. They tax us to the core, all right? They tax us, and then the companies take little chunks here and there. They take a chunk when you use your debit card. They take a chunk when you get your paycheck, a big fat chunk when you get your paycheck. They take a chunk when you spend it. They take a chunk
chunks.
When you pay your property taxes. They take a chunk when you pay your sales taxes.
And still have the nerve to show them the, check. This is what you originally were supposed to make.
Yeah, I don't even want to see
and
that.
This is how much we've taken out, baby.
It's enraging. And then I saw yesterday some state goes, you know what we're going to do? We're working on something that's going to fix it all. We're doing a $5 tax per tire that you buy and more. And I stop with the taxes. Less taxes, but the IRS is going to still be there. The tariffs aren't going to replace that. Maybe it could get us some better deals and American companies can benefit and we'll get some more American jobs. I don't know. I'd like to see some good things happen. But bumpy start so far. We'll see what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. All of this is very interesting to watch. But, somebody says, there's a couple coming in right now talking about these action films. So let me just give them a second. Here's DJ Roxy Fox.
I tell you, a good action movie with Jason Statham in it. I can't remember the movie. I think it may have been called Adrenaline or something. Where he has a heart problem. He got shot with some kind of weird injection that will kill him if he doesn't keep his adrenaline up, and he's running through the entire movie.
Yeah, we've talked about this movie before because there's a sex scene in it that's incredibly awkward and incredibly long. Well, the thing is, you can put Jason Statham in everything.
He's like whatever you want. The same character.
Yeah, they're like, guess what? Now you're in the Beekeeper. Now you're this. Now you're that. Jason Statham just goes
I'm
in.
a babysitter who's also a spy.
And it makes money. Like, people go to see it. People do like action movies like that. But do you ladies like them? That's what I want to hear from. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. When we return, we'll talk about what's happening with TikTok. The clock is ticking on TikTok again. But somebody's going to gobble it up. And we have some bids coming in. OnlyFans making an attempt. Trying to buy TikTok here. That's an interesting one. Amazon going to buy TikTok perhaps. What does that mean? Also, is Elon Musk on the way out? Lots of stories talking about Elon Musk's departure. Is that coming up soon? Well, we'll talk about it. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we'll talk about the rise of hippogamy. Plus, I'll tell you where your prices are going to increase because of tariffs. We'll find out what's happening in Orlando with Danny Myrie and Date Night Done Right. We'll talk to Glenn Klosman from Colbert Court. Tons of prizes for trivia, plus your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at cooltoday.com.
Another hot day is upon us across Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and for today, plan for afternoon high temperatures to climb into the upper 80s and low 90s with a high of 90 degrees today in Orlando. We'll see a good amount of sunshine staying nice and dry not only today, but all the way through roughly the end of the weekend. We don't get any sort of rain or relief from the heat until, say, Monday night and into Tuesday, and that's going to be with our next cold front that pushes through a 60% chance of rain for Tuesday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
Real Radio has your chance to win a dream home makeover. Brought to you by Fairwinds Credit Union. Up for grabs is the ultimate backyard from Orlando Backyard Living. Win a roof from Eustace Roofing, solar from Solar Source, or a cooling system from Mills Air. Get more details and enter all 4 of these contests by going to realradio.fm/contests.
Life looks pretty good behind the handlebars of a Harley, and that point of view is one that everyone agrees on. At Space Coast Harley Davidson, we'd like to help you get some perspective on what's important. Right now, get 0% interest on select new 2024 Harley models. Get details at 866-826-9072 or spacecoastharley.com anytime. Ride the road and relax. Find your motorcycle and your soul at Space Coast Harley Davidson.
When it comes to replacing your roof, father and son know best. That's why FAS Exteriors is Orlando's #1 window, door, and roof contractor. You can count on fair pricing, install perfection, and customer satisfaction every time. When it's time for roof replacement, see for yourself why customers in Orlando trust the leader in FAS Exteriors. Because father and son really do know what's best. Schedule your free consultation now at FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk.
Hey. Skull Mike. Is it good? How's the rug? Is it good? Are we centered? No trolling. Your final ruling on the rug here. It moves around when people walk on it, and I have to vacuum it, but I want to get it in the perfect spot first. Are we looking like we're centered? They need to be twisted. I think it looks pretty close. It's pretty close. It's poo? Flip it upside down? What? No. That's be visible for the camera. It does not look centered. Okay, it does not look centered, does not help. Do we go right? Okay, this way, right? This way, right? I'll keep my hand up so it gets to the delay. This way right here is right. Right. Or do we go left? Back this way. This way or this way? Does that make sense on the camera? Which way do we go? Center on desk would be too much. Down. Down? I don't know about down. All right, how's that? I don't know, that feels kind of weird. I don't know if they fixed it. Folks, we have the absolute most banger person losing their mind public freakout video coming up at noon. Can't wait to get into this. Cannot wait. Honestly excited. It's a banger. Send it to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. We'll play that. People just losing their minds out there. This is maybe the best example of it I've seen in a while. Excuse me. Take the end and roll them and keep on rolling? You want me to just roll it up and get it out of here? Is that what you're saying? Rude. Folks, what do you think? Tariffs yes or tariffs no? Are we liking the tariffs so far? Or tariffs are bad? Got to make these countries pay. Right? Like some of it makes sense. Why is it that we take in cars from South Korea or Japan? And we have like a little tariff on those cars coming in that we're buying from Japan. And then if they take in our cars, they put a huge tariff on them. So almost all the cars bought in Japan are by the Japanese people from Japanese companies. And almost all the cars in South Korea are bought by South Korean people. Not here, though. But is it better for us to get, through their cheaper labor and stuff, a cheaper car to buy? That's the problem. Do we want more American jobs, or do we want cheaper things? And will more American jobs be a stronger economy down the road? See, these are the problems.
Let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 20% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle, founder of Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 to make quality, custom-made blinds affordable to everyone. Traditional window covering retailers are expensive. Our prices are low, and our blinds are guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Look ahead with the team at TK Law to plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This is
Do that.
I'm going to try to hit a level of zen that I've never hit before in my life. So to do that, I'm going to need a second.
Yeah. We're going to do into the nose. Nope, that's way too fast.
Here we go. I'm bringing up the stock market. Bringing up the stock market. All right. It's not as bad as it was, but it's still really bad. Still quite bad right now. Down 1,363 points. So
okay, wow.
Has not recovered. I thought maybe it would be up a couple thousand by now, but no such luck. Still down for now.
With all the money we're gaining from the tariffs?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. This is temporary pain for long-term pleasure. You know, think about that in your life sometime.
You say long term, like in the long term, I'll be pleased. Not
You
like
will
the
be so
pleasure will
happy.
last for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very complex thing that nobody understands, and I literally believe everybody's just winging it here. I think it's like, let's
So what are we
wing
buying,
this,
boys?
and let's see what's going on. I would buy everything that's like a crazy good deal that you know is going to survive, right?
Okay.
Like, Nike is way plummeted down right now. Guess what? Nike imports a lot of their stuff, and they don't make it here in a lot of cases. Those kind of companies. Apple is down to $205. That's pretty low for Apple. There's some deals out there, but I don't know. The problem is it may crash tomorrow too. And then you miss the double deal because that will be. I still have faith in the economy and the markets. This is a buying time for me, but man, does it look rough right now. So we'll keep an eye on that and see how it's going. Let us know what you think. I know I've been enjoying this. Trump has been talking when he gets out in front of a microphone a lot about different words that like he kind of finds to be perplexing. Like the other day, it was somebody who said he was kind.
Yes.
And he was confused. He was like, somebody called me kind. And, you know, he had just not heard that before. And he thought it was strange. And the recent one that he brings up a lot is the word groceries. And he's like, what a word. He's really just kind of in awe of the word groceries. I think this is him talking about.
Likewise, an old-fashioned term that we use, groceries. I used it on the campaign. It's such an old-fashioned term, but a beautiful term, groceries. It sort of says a bag with different things in it. Groceries went through the roof. And I campaigned on that. I talked about the word grocery.
Bag with different items in it.
That's right. Some food, toilet paper.
What else do you call them? It's a grocery store, right? Like, I know it is kind of a strange word, but that's what we call things you buy at a grocery store.
This
we
is
call
also
them groceries.
a conversation that people have like around a bong.
Yeah.
Not on the campaign
It's
trail.
kind of a strange word, but he's saying that groceries, well, he's right that groceries have gotten a lot more expensive.
But likewise, an old-fashioned term that we use, groceries. I used it in the campaign. It's such an old-fashioned term, but a beautiful term, groceries. It sort of says a bag with different things in it. Groceries went through the roof, and I campaigned on that. I talked about the word groceries.
You know, I don't want to be the actually guy, but with the limited history I know on this particular topic, I don't think groceries are that old. I don't think what we call grocery shopping is that old. In fact, if you go back in the day, like the 40s and 50s and stuff, it was very, very different. You mostly went into these little markets and stuff, and you went to the counter and you told them what you wanted, and they would get all the things. And then they said, maybe we should let people get their own things and come up to the counter and pay for it. And then they said, maybe we should make these stores bigger. And then they said, maybe we should call them grocery stores. And that wasn't like an insane amount of time ago.
Right. And then they said, all right, we got these big stores and you grab all your stuff and then we'll check, we'll scan it all and then you'll pay us. And then they went, maybe we should let you scan all your stuff and just and pay for it. And then we don't have to talk to you.
You're dumb too says on YouTube, the word grocery first showed up in the English in the early 1300s. It comes from Old French words grossere, which meant wholesaler. I think he's talking about it in the term of groceries and grocery stores and the modern meaning of grocery, which is this whole thing. It's like an experience where you go shopping to get mostly foodstuffs and household items. That's what you get at grocery stores. We have them all over the country. In the United States of America, we have an interesting patchwork quilt of grocery stores. In the Southeast, you have your Publixes and your Winn-Dixies. You have your Food Lions and your Piggly Wigglies. Elsewhere, you have like you have your Krogers. You have every place has its spot, but all of that is not all that old, really. The whole grocery shopping experience as we know it. It's really changed even since I was a little kid or something. Okay, we got to talk about a couple of things here. We're going to get to you and your dispatches momentarily. Oh, we were mentioning these tornadoes that broke out this week in Arkansas, and some of these were so bad. Again, thoughts with you folks who got hammered by some of these smaller towns in Arkansas. This was in Lake City, Arkansas. I apologize if this is loud. Let's see. Okay, it's not too bad.
Ow.
All right, this is
and
inside
look
the
at
vehicle.
the horizontal rain, the wind, all the rotation inside this cell.
They're backing away from it in this. There's huge
This
storm.
is a monster.
If I'm
backing
looking
away
at
because
that,
the camera's only in the front.
the camera's in the front of the vehicle, and they're trying to get away from this tornado that's now crossing the road in front of them. And I don't know the Fujita scale as well as I should, but it looks bad. It looks like a pretty bad
big.
one that
Looks
hit
very
that area.
thick and dangerous.
Quite scary to look at. All right, I teased this earlier, so let's pay this off before we get to your feedback. Amazon has put in a last-minute bid to purchase TikTok, according to Trump administration officials. An 11th hour pitch coming in. The official, who is not authorized to comment publicly and spoke on the condition of anonymity, said Amazon made this offer in a letter to the vice president. And now, under the law, TikTok's Chinese-owned parent ByteDance is required to sell the platform to an approved buyer or take it offline in the United States. For a little while, they've given them some leeway here, but now they want TikTok to sell to an American buyer. TikTok has said they're not going to do this. Now Amazon says they'll come in and do this. And perhaps the most interesting thing, whether all this will happen or not is another question, but we went from talking about big tech and I was like, yeah, it does seem like most of these technology platforms are definitely slanted to the left of center and certainly have a political bias against people who are Republican in a lot of cases. But now Mark Zuckerberg has really rejected a lot of that. He owns Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram. Twitter is owned by Elon Musk. It's called X now, obviously. And if TikTok was owned by Jeff Bezos, those are all people that are on the other side. That would be a huge game changer, a big difference in terms of who owns all these platforms in a pretty short period of time, honestly. But let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. If you don't want to do that, if you're scared to be on the show, you don't like the sound of your voice, we get it. You can always email the show. If you want to be anonymous, put that on top, but otherwise tell us your story right under. Send an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Biha sends in a dispatch. She says, ladies love action movies, Sean. All right.
Sean, you can't seriously tell me that you don't think ladies like action movies. We'll watch true crime documentaries for fun, blood and everything. You kill a bunch of people, we're down to hear all about it. We love the action. It's fine.
But do ya? I'm trying to think of what's like the most.
That's hearing about action. That's not like, you know, crazy Matrix style stunts and like flips and kicks and all that.
Well, let's take a classic. Would we agree, all three of us, that
Never.
Die Hard is an action movie?
Yes.
That what?
Die Hard is an action movie.
I think so.
I have to leave myself out of this survey.
You don't know Die Hard?
I know Die Hard, but
Well, this is proving the point right here.
it's not that I just haven't gotten around to watching it.
Wow. Die Hard is an action movie. Die Hard doesn't seem like a movie that women want to watch.
It's a Christmas
I feel
movie.
like if you brought that up, you'd go, hey, ladies, you want to watch a little Die Hard? They'd go, no, we want to watch 10 Things I Hate About You. Or we want to watch some movie where you cry terribly at the end. We want to watch something where there's like some singing and dancing going on. Wicked. We want to watch the Barbie movie, you know? Maybe not these ones. But ladies, tell me if you agree with Biha or if you agree with me. Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, when we come back, I can't wait to get into this story. Somebody sent this in as an email right before the show. A lot of your emails are great. They really are. A lot of them are garbage. This one was fantastic. This is somebody with an eye for content. C-Lane had to double censor this one again because there were so many curse words. But what'd you think of this video that we're going to go through when we come back?
This guy is unhinged, man.
Oh, I'm excited.
This
Crazy.
guy needs to take all the chill pills.
Sabrina, we've seen people freak out, right?
I love a good freak out. Action movie.
This is next level. This is an action movie. We'll go over this together next. If you want to watch, jump on board on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Search for The News Junkie on YouTube or twitch.tv/The News Junkie. We'll describe it for everybody else, and I'll pop it up on See It Now so you can see this. But you'll be able to hear everything, and it's a wild story. And it's coming up next on The News Junkie.
Westwood One's coverage of March Madness resumes Saturday with a Final Four as Duke faces Houston and Auburn meets Florida. Coverage starts at 4 p.m. right here on Real Radio 104.1 and our free iHeartRadio app, and is presented by Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators.
Slowdown on Florida's Turnpike. Emergency crews are off to the shoulder, clearing up an accident, heading southbound south of Osceola Parkway. There's a crash off to the shoulder on Florida's Turnpike northbound north of Oakland Exchange. Police activities on the beach line, clearing up an accident eastbound near International Drive. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Ready to give up the bottle, drinking too much, and ready for a change? Dr. Robert Malpas with CNS Healthcare in Orlando is seeking adults ages 18 to 65 who regularly consume large amounts of alcohol to take part in a medication research study. If you're ready to make a change, call CNS Healthcare at 407-425-5100 today to learn more about this research study for those who desire to drink less. Or go to cnshealthcare.com to schedule a free consultation.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet says they're endangered.
Rocks are everywhere.
You know what's everywhere?
Frank Gay is everywhere. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Galen College of Nursing is opening a new campus in Orlando, bringing our now approach to nursing education to Central Florida. With the on-demand resources you need, we'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu/Orlando.
Hey, we all think about buying a house instead of renting a house, right? But do you realize that you're renting electricity every month? Yep, overpaying the power company and watching the prices rise year after year. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power or solar source? And start with that pool heater solar. It is awesome. I'm thrilled to say Solar Source, you can do the pay-as-you-go plan where you can save each month starting at just $99. Solar Source isn't new to this game. They've been in business for nearly 40 years with the same phone number since 1984. Ask about the battery backup option to protect you during a storm season. It's Solar Source.
Man, I love my Big Green Egg, and you'll love it too, especially if you get yours from my friends there at Wassey's Meat Market, located right there in Melbourne on Wickham Road. What's awesome about Wassey's and the Wassey's family, Frank, Christina, Janice, they love it, and it's like you're getting accepted into their family. They've been in the Big Green Egg business. They've been in the meat market business for quite some time right there in Melbourne, and it's just a awesome place to go and check it out. And while you're there, you can pick up all the accessories to your Big Green Egg. You can get all the cool things for it. They've got the Wassey's branded spices right there. Get you some steaks, get you some stuffed pork chops. They have that all available to you there. Another fantastic resource that they have is the Wassey'sMeatMarket.com website, where they'll show you, they have all the different classes, egging 101, learn how to work on your, make your ribs better. They got the event that they do, Wines and Bites, where they're pairing great wines with all these great food to eat there that's been made on the Big Green Egg. It's Wassey'sMeatMarket.com's website. Also, follow them on Instagram, Wassey's Meat Market on IG, located right there on Wickham Road in Melbourne. If you're looking for a Big Green Egg, please visit my friends there at Wassey's Meat Market.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Future health, weight loss.
Thinking about trying Ozempic? Then you need to go to futurehealth.com to supercharge your Ozempic results by 58% versus just meds alone. Many are losing over 10 pounds the first month. Go to futurehealth.com and take the 3-minute quiz right now. Get your meds delivered to your door in 48 hours. Go to futurehealth.com, future without the E. Start losing weight this week.
Future health, weight loss.
Data based on independent study sponsored by Future Health. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
down the middle for us. Wait till you hear this. Join us on the show. Send a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. That's the News Junkie with an IE on the end, rather, .com. Or you can send us an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Speaking of that, somebody sent an email today. This is the world that we focus on, viral news around here. And this is absolute madness on the water that we're going to be watching here together. And I guess this is really starting to get some attention online, right, Celine? You've seen people sharing this everywhere?
I have not had you send me a video and then look through my Facebook feed and seen this many people talking about this asshole.
Have you seen this at all, Sabrina? This person just, oh my God, going nuts. I'm going to start. We'll just jump right into it and we'll go through this together. But it was sent across from tipsoftheNewsJunkie.com. Guy jumps onto another boat with a kid in anger-fueled rage in Brevard County. Here we go. All right, he's fishing here. Another boat pulls up. He's just quietly fishing.
Now, quick pause.
All right.
Are we to assume, because a lot of times when we have these viral videos and stuff, a common early red flag is, why is the person filming? But in this case, the dude's fishing. He likely has a GoPro.
Mm-hmm. That or those glasses,
or that,
Ray-Bans.
And maybe he just wants to, like, maybe he picks up a good fish and he wants to get video of it. Like, I tend to think that boat people will have the camera on already more often than, if you just happen to be in a Walmart and you catch something crazy and you're like, why was that person filming in a Walmart?
I think you're right. I think this guy was just filming. I think he just happened to be filming, and then he caught this craziness.
Come on.
He caught this craziness on tape, so he said, let's roll with it.
What, like 5 in the morning? Yeah. Yeah. You busting me out? Nah, that was the dude in that boat. Were you the one that came through the middle of the bridge? Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I was here, but you ran in front of the other dude over there.
These are two guys on different boats now under this bridge in Brevard County. They're on the ocean.
And what did the guy? You can't hear the other dude that I imagine is going to be the angry one, but he has approached him saying, "What are you doing here?"
He's like, "Were you the guy who cursed me out?" And he goes, "No, that was the other guy." And here's allegedly what happened. In a nutshell, this young guy who's filming this, he was fishing underneath this bridge the night before, and the guy who's confronting them came through at a high rate of speed. And when he did so, the other folks who were down under the bridge fishing started yelling and cursing at him. And now he's come back, right?
No
now
wake
he's come
zone
back
by those bridges.
You're not supposed to drive through there at the speed I think that this guy was going, but we'll figure that out later. But this guy is big mad.
Bro, you ran right through the middle of the bridge while we were all fishing.
In the middle of the night, the guy didn't have any lights on.
Bro, we were all fishing here.
Didn't have any lights on.
All right, bro, I'm not gonna do this with you, bro. I'm not gonna do this with you, bro. Like, it's not the right time, bro.
You know the laws?
Bro,
you know the laws?
Bro, you can't come flying through the middle of the bridge, bro.
Yes,
All right, the other boat with the guy who's so angry about this, he's got a bunch of friends with him. I would say maybe 3 other people on board the boat. So, 3 to 4 people total are with him. And he's just like aggro.
Somebody on YouTube who claims to be a captain says this is the West Coast, not Brevard County.
Okay, that's what the email said. But
Captain Ian.
All right, I'll go with you for now, Captain Ian, and we'll go to some more details. I'm just telling you what the email said originally here. So let's go back to the back and forth.
All right, bro. What are you trying to do, bro?
What am I trying to
What are you trying to do, bro?
You want to go?
I don't want to go. I want you to get the out of here.
Big tough guy?
Tough guy? You pulled up on me,
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Did you just call me N-word?
I'm fishing.
No, he said mother effer. This is they're about maybe 15 yards from each other in boats right now on the water and yelling. And the one guy is just he's got boat rage. I've never seen boat rage before, but this guy's got it.
Usually a boat is not the place you like rage as far as be mad at other people. Boat rage for me is like case and a half of White Claw.
Yeah.
Boat rage. All right, party.
Wasting away in Margaritaville.
Yeah.
And I love the guy still has his line in. Like, if this starts to get to a physical altercation and he snags a fish at the same time.
That'd be great.
What's the road less followed here?
Yeah, you got to go for the fish always. But this other guy wants to fight so bad.
Like, bro, get out of here. Like, what? What are you trying to do? Act like a tough guy in front of your buddies?
No, I'm not. Dude, all these just know I'm.
Bro, all right, bro.
Drink every time it says bro.
Get going, bro.
We're all war veterans.
I wouldn't suggest drink every time he says bro, because you're going to be donezo.
It's going to come up fast here in a moment. But the guy just said, these guys, the friends with me on my boat, they know I'm a badass. You know why? Because we're all war veterans. And whenever I hear that, I'm like, you know who must hate that the most? Other war veterans.
Yeah.
It's such a go-to line.
Like, don't throw that nonsense out there.
Like anyone's supposed to know unless you're in full uniform?
Also, you can't be an asshole just because you were in the military. It doesn't give you a carte blanche pass to be a bad person. That's such a dumb thing. You know how we know we're badasses? Because we were in the armed forces. Well, good for you, buddy. What do you want? And this guy's even nice about it. Listen to the kid who was fishing. Listen to him address that.
We're all raped.
Well, thank you for your service, bro.
And you're going to talk.
Thank you for your service, bro. But that doesn't give you the right. All right, bro. All right, whatever. I appreciate you for your service, bro.
Wait for it.
But you don't got to run through the middle of the bridge, bro.
Dude, if your guy doesn't have his lights
That's not my guy, bro. That's just another dude, bro.
you have to have lights on.
My lights were on, bro.
All right, so far it's just two guys screaming at each other across boats. Get ready for Unhinged, okay? Because it does. Oh, boy, does it get worse.
Well, let's go. I'm ready for it. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, already. It's like, shut up. Move on. Drive your boat away. Go have a good time.
So old, the puff chest moment like this. Like, you came back. Also, I could just hear him. Are all the other friends just like sitting and watching the whole thing?
So there's a little bit of hesitation between them, Sabrina, because some of the guys, you could see him pulling on his arm a little bit, kind of trying to get him to calm down. But mostly this guy's just blowing his stack. And we'll learn about who he is and what's going on and what the reaction has been for him in a moment. But this guy is just hot-headed boat rage.
My lights were on.
Somebody hits you, guess what the happens? You die, nothing happens to me.
Right, okay, bro. Keep thinking that.
No, that's the truth, dude.
All right, bro. Keep thinking that.
Put your lights on.
Bro, my lights were on. I wasn't sitting there. Okay, that's not my dude, bro. Bro, I said, bro, you almost hit him. The other dude was cussing you out.
I almost hit him because he didn't have his lights on.
Bro, you shouldn't come flying through the middle of the bridge. You know people.
Now, we all know what's going on at this point, right?
They said the same thing 12 times already.
Yeah. Like, you drove through, another guy didn't have his lights on, you're blaming this guy who has nothing to do with him for what he did, and you want the guy to grovel and apologize to you, and you're going to try to use your toughness and machismo to get him to apologize.
I've been a war.
Boy, does he do that. Boy, does he do that right here.
Fish here, bro. I'm sorry, man. I don't know if that's what you want to hear, bro.
Yeah, you should apologize.
All right, now he's moving towards his boat.
He just apologized.
Yeah, he did. He apologizes. I'm sorry. Is that what you want to hear?
All right.
He started up his boat, and he's moving his boat towards the young guy.
Me too, bro.
Hashtag.
I'm out here all the time, bro.
I'm 300 days a year on the water.
All right, bro.
Every day, I'm
Look at the guy
best
not even
charter
turning
captain you'll ever meet.
Oh, he just said, I'm the best charter captain you'll ever meet.
Shut up. What an annoying man.
I'm 300 days on the water every single year.
And all your friends are embarrassed right now.
Yeah, look, there's one guy's got
complete back to the other person. Like, can we get out of here? Probably texting, like, is there an Uber for boats? I don't know. I need to leave.
They all look a little frustrated. And if you're a captain, dude, like you're a boat captain, you're supposed to know how to work with people and like be a normal human being.
Also know the common law of the water, which is not blaze through a bridge. But I guess we'll take the word for it or benefit of the doubt. But either way, this is like you're still going to go. And I can't wait to see as the boat gets closer where this takes off.
Oh,
you guys keep saying that, and I
hold on
have
to your butts.
I'm ready.
Here we go.
All right, bro.
Every day, I'm the best charter captain you'll ever meet in your life.
All right, bro.
Chill,
bro. Chill, bro. Please, bro. Please, okay, please, bro.
What is he doing?
Bro.
He jumped on his boat. Now he's commandeered the boat from this kid. And the kid is like
scared.
Scared as hell.
Please, bro. Bro, I'm a kid, bro. Please.
Apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
You're going to cuss me the
all right, bro.
in the middle of the
no, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro.
Back to my boat.
Okay.
Bring me back to my boat. No. Get out of the water, bitch. I'm not bring you back to your boat. You jumped on my boat.
First of all, I don't know maritime law, but if you board my boat uninvited, I could shoot you, right? I can shoot you in the face.
If you jump
because
on
he's
my
being
boat.
a pirate.
Yeah, he's literally jumping on his boat. And at that point, like, what do you do? What do you do? And Sea Witch says on YouTube, charter captain, There goes his license. Well,
I think that's already happened. Bring me back. I didn't even notice when I was editing this that he said, bring me back to my boat.
Yeah.
I would have hard throttle, hard to the left, and done my best to make sure he flies off that effing boat.
Thank you for your service.
The kid is just apologizing. That's all he's doing.
Bro, I'm sorry,
scared.
bro.
You're gonna cuss me the
All right, bro.
in the middle of the
No, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro.
my boat.
Okay. Please.
You apologize.
I'm sorry, bro. That was not me, bro.
Yes, it was,
I know I was here, but my buddy was on the boat.
Back to my
Sir,
boat.
I'm a kid, bro. Please, bro.
I don't care. You don't cuss me
Yes,
the out.
All right.
To me.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Also, what kind of pussy are you that you don't want to hear curse words when you are the one doing the most of the cursing here?
Well, we fought in a war. Didn't say what, but...
Yeah, the idea that you're like, you cursed me out, and I'm so effing mad about that, you mother effer, you effing effer, like, you clearly that's not something you mind doing.
And after all of this, like, I can hear how scared that guy
terrified.
is.
He's apologizing. He's apologizing for things that aren't even his fault because now he's terrified
and yet
that this asshole has boarded his boat in such an aggressive manner.
And he is all by himself. This kid is all by himself. We'll hear more about who these people are in a moment. Here,
really enjoying now that we've just heard the part that inspired this post that people are pushing around. Nick posted this, but I think it's a screenshot. It says, "Hi everyone, looking for a charter captain, but have very specific requirements. Must meet all of the following criteria. 1, must be on the water more than I could possibly fathom in my wildest mother effing dreams. 2, must spend 300 days a year on the mother effing water. And 3, must be the best charter captain I will meet in my mother effing life."
Let's get the resolution here. Let's see what happens. He's still on the boat. He's commandeered this young kid's boat.
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't like cussing you out,
Yes,
though, bro.
you were, dude.
I was driving the boat. Okay.
Did you not call me a
No, bro.
Yes,
that was my friend on the boat. I'm sorry, bro.
That was your friend on the boat.
I'm sorry, bro.
Flamer.
Your friend, I'll look at it and come
Yes,
on
sir.
your and you both up.
Yes, sir.
Do it again and watch what happens.
Do it again. Watch what happens.
Oh, what a tough guy.
Can we? This is where I always want the actual tough guy to come in. Can we get the ripped MMA guy to come in now?
Never, ever jumped on that boat.
Flatten this guy, because these guys aren't the actual tough guys. The guys who are the actual tough guys sit silently until they get annoyed, and then they floor this guy. And they push him into the ocean and drown him or something. You know, like this type of guy. This is the thing where it's all bluster, and you see that the kid's younger than you, and you got him outnumbered.
Oh, and he's terrified now that you've gotten on his boat. He tried to run away, too. Like, boat away. And it's just like he's still not backing down. Like, now he's taking full advantage. Pupils are as wide as they could be. He's like, I won this thing. Now this is what you do. Don't curse me out. Here are all the curse words in between that.
All right, this is the end of it here. Let's see. Let's go together. He's driving him back to his boat, sitting down.
Do it again.
Yes, sir.
He's not even looking at
I'm sorry,
him.
bro. Like, I appreciate y'all, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, my God.
Tough guy. Glad I'm not on the water.
Unreal.
He's driving away now. I'm telling you, I am glad I'm not on the water, because if I was on that other boat, I might have gone, you know what? I might just drive full speed at this other dude here. I might just T-bone him in my boat here.
Tell me we have identified this asshole.
Yeah, we got some details on this guy.
His name is all over Facebook.
Perfect.
There's, I guess he had a website that implied that he had some sponsors, and the sponsors are like, we've been informed about the video going around with Captain Brock Horner and his actions. We don't actively sponsor him in any way. We've been informed that our logo is being used unknowingly on his website as a sponsor. This will be addressed and rectified immediately.
Damn. It says this happened in Sarasota Siesta Key. That's what they're alleging. And it was a guy named Brock Horner, Captain Brock Horner. When he stepped out of line, the word spread fast. This said, he brings up his military experience. He's a veteran, and this was posted and spread pretty far and wide online.
It's an embarrassment. Shame on you, Brock.
And I haven't seen yet an actual news story about this, but I did see he shared a note apparently on Instagram, and he says, "I apologize for my actions," says Brock Horner here. I don't know if that's going to cut it, Brock. I think you might have some other problems here. I think this might be a little bigger.
They should direct quote all the comments should direct quote him and be like, "Yeah, you should apologize, mother f," because that's what he did to the kid. The kid did say, "I'm sorry," and he's like, "Yeah, you should apologize."
Take me back to my boat.
So what should happen to this guy is the question. Should he lose his captain's license? Is this a crime? What has happened here? Let us know what you think about this story. We'll get to your dispatches, your emails, and everything else going on. And any
try to get him on the
updates we
show?
have. I don't
he
think
curses too much.
Look, I would love to get this guy on this show and have him grovel like he made this young guy grovel on the boat by himself. I would love to make him publicly grovel in the same way to kind of give him that embarrassment he made this younger guy feel.
I don't know if you could. Based on that attitude, absolutely not.
I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think I think he's going to try to hide this out. And I think his friends will probably come out and be like, we were embarrassed with what was happening in the moment.
He's going through a lot right now. You guys don't understand.
Yeah, we didn't want to say anything. And, he's got PTSD. And, like, they'll try to work in some of that stuff. Captain
that's
Brock
what
Horner.
it is.
Oh, here's his Instagram.
Brock.
His Instagram is full on down.
Yeah,
completely took down the Instagram page right now.
Peisenberg said he already added a bad review of his business.
Oh, no.
He goes, "I feel like such a Karen, but I had free time."
Oh, no.
Oh, so what is he? Is a charter captain?
Yeah. He's the best charter captain you'll meet in your MF in life.
Noel on YouTube says, "Who goes fishing without bringing a knife or something?" Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want them to have been stabbing each other. CNJ Forge says, "Charter license revoked, fishing license revoked, jail." The trifecta. Vendosaurus says, "His friends are assholes for allowing this to continue for so long." I guess so. They really didn't do much of anything,
one of
did
them.
they?
There's three just sitting there.
They were just kind of sitting there. But I'm trying to think, what would I do if I'm in a boat and a friend of mine? I'd probably be like, "Cool down, man. Chill out. Let's just get away from this. We don't need to do this." Like, what do you think is the outcome here?
Yeah.
You know what the outcome is? The outcome is exactly what he got. He wanted to try to make this kid feel small. He wanted to make him feel this big and make him shake and apologize so that he could feel like some sort of alpha.
And you know what? Not the first time this man has done it.
No, I don't.
First time it was caught on video. But this seems like someone who you're the guy at the bar that creates a scene for no effing reason.
Shoot, you know what, Celine? I have this. Hold on, let me send you something.
It's
I think this might be the kid that this happened to posting the original video.
Let's get him a new boat.
Reach out to him, Celine, if you can. I'd love to talk to him and say, what do you want to happen to this guy? What do you think should happen? Maybe we just go fishing there in a sense and see if we can get the guy on the other end of this. We'll see what we can find out. You know how this works on the show. We'll get some updates as we go. And we'll hit on all of this and also get to your feedback in just a moment. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Yeah, you got to get him a ramp on.
Anyway.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
If you're traveling on I-4 this afternoon, there's still some slowdowns before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's an accident off to the shoulder, slowing down traffic on Florida's Turnpike south of Hancock Road, and emergency crews are still on scene clearing up that accident. There's slowdowns southbound on Florida's Turnpike due to an accident south of Osceola Parkway. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle, founder of Blindster.com. I started Blindster in...
School, Mike. Folks, what do you think? What should happen to this guy, the Boat Ranger captain? What an absolute dick, huh? God, I hate when I see stuff like that. And it makes me so happy that people are recording so many more things. Because if nobody had recorded this, I bet this guy and his buddies would have been like, oh, he was being a real jerk and he was rude to us, and we approached him and we called him on it, and he apologized, and then we left. And we made sure he didn't do that. I'm a captain. I'm on the water 300 days a year. That's what would have happened if there was no video. But the video shows an unhinged lunatic on the water. Same as road rage, boat rage. Like I just saw a story today. Some guy who's going to jail because in the middle of traffic, he got angry, pulled out a gun and said he was going to blow somebody's head off. This is that on the water. So what do you do to that guy? The guy on the street in his car is in big trouble. Not his buddies, Sean, customers? Customers are toast for this guy for a hot second. Like, even if he comes out and just does a full mea culpa, like, I'm so sorry, I was so wrong, I'm now seeking treatment in an anger management facility, which is all bullshit that people do in these circumstances. Even if he does that, that's who that guy is, right? Like, that's who he is. And he's the guy who would bring up, like, I'm a vet in the middle of it. So, you know why? Because I'm a veteran. I was like, okay. That means you get to do this? No. Behosh says, what happened to Sean being pro-pirate? I am pro-pirate, except in circumstances like this. Just modern-day pirates are actually bad. I will go that length to say, yeah, modern-day pirates, no good. Somebody says they're talking about this guy all over the fishing forums and stuff. Yeah. And when we look it up right now, that's all you could see. You could see Facebook. You could see a couple fishing channels on Instagram that are talking about the video where it's getting attention. And then there's like one blog loosely about it. But no news stations have picked it up just yet. I'm sure they'll follow after this. Tommy Awesome says the guy who says they're vets like that work behind a desk. Maybe. I mean, I don't even want to go there. Like, I just think it's lame. I just think it's bad. Like, every vet must have cringed down their spine when they see that. C-Lane's reaching out to him right now. So let's see if we get this young guy on. I know that the captain, the boat captain, is never going to join us. There's no way. Vicky says it did kind of sound like PTSD. To me, I'm no expert. To me, it just sounded like rage. Rage is all the same. And then rage comes with a defense. So we start with rage, and then we go, why did you have the rage? And somebody goes, PTSD. And I go, maybe? Or maybe because you're just an unchecked asshole who hasn't had to face any consequences. Other people get angry at things all day long and just kind of let it simmer and chill out and recuperate and walk it off. And some people aren't afraid of consequences because they haven't had a lot of them. So they pop off like this, and then they get dunked on because they're an absolute jerk. And then they fall back on PTSD. I'm a vet. Should we let them fall back on that? Give him a Neuralink and put him on SSRIs? I don't know. The SSRIs can be problematic too, huh? You know what I mean, conspiracy friend? You know what I mean? All right, we're coming back in just a minute here. Coming back in a minute. We'll see if we can lock this in for later in the show. Punta Gorda police have made a statement, somebody says. I'll try to dig that up. Maybe we could find this. All right. We're coming back in 60 seconds. We'll be back in 60 seconds live.
You need a highly skilled technician who's not afraid to get a little dirty. That's the Frank Gay way. frankgayservices.com.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 20% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
It's never been done before. iHeartRadio and America's favorite TV show, Wheel of Fortune, come together for 1 week only. Music lovers from across the country play for incredible iHeartRadio experiences.
iHeartRadio Jingle Ball Concert. Music Festival. iHeartRadio Music Award.
And you can win too. Play along all week at wheeloffortune.com and you could find yourself at an unforgettable iHeartRadio event.
Start spinning. Good luck.
Starting Monday.
iHeartRadio Week on Wheel of Fortune with me, Ryan Seacrest. Check it out.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos.
We do appreciate it. The three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. And you can learn more about the show by going to thenewsjunkie.com. We were talking about this fight on the water. These boaters, or this absolute asshole guy, this captain. I'm a boat captain. I'm on the water 300 days a year. And he just confronts this young guy who's just fishing, minding his own business. Starts screaming at him and then boards his boat and like gets him to apologize to him. Just absolute lunacy, the whole thing. And I did see that Punta Gorda police, somebody pointed this out in chat. Punta Gorda police have chimed in on this because the video is getting a lot of attention. And here's what they said. The Punta Gorda Police Department is aware of the incident involving a dispute between two adult boaters under the Baron Collier Bridge on April 1st. A police report has been filed with the department, and the incident is currently under investigation. The event has garnered significant attention on social media, and we're receiving numerous calls to dispatch requesting the department take action. Please do not call to report this situation. It's being investigated by the Punta Gorda Police and FWC, Florida Wildlife Commission. Is that what it is? Fish and Wildlife Commission. Additional calls to our dispatch could slow our response to situations that require immediate attention. That's how many comments they're getting about this boat video, right? That's how many people have chimed in about this, that they have to say, slow down, please. We want to try to figure this out if you don't mind. Is this thing that you sent in the text thread about this, Sabrina, that I'm seeing too?
I was just scrolling through Facebook, which is incredible because every other scroll just is about this and like people on their memes, but from what I saw, and I didn't read the whole thing, I just kind of sent it to you guys immediately, but it looks like he's got a bit of a rap sheet.
Uh-oh. This is from 2009, I guess. Brock Thomas Horner, it says. He was 24 then. It says male, 6 foot, Port Charlotte. Oh, probation violation DUI is something that they got him with here earlier on, I guess. And
disorderly conduct. DUI, again, violation of probation.
Damn, bro. Look at, these are all his mugshots?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. All right.
He's got, careful. There's his addresses in some of these.
Is there? Okay. Brock Horner, non-moving traffic violation, driving while suspended license, a DUI, alcohol or drugs. Homeboy had some issues at least back in the day.
Felony battery, not really
surprised.
Too surprised.
Possession of a weapon on school grounds, Brock. Damn,
Brock.
What's going on here, buddy? This is not great for you. He has a lot of mugshots. This is another battery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's one, and obviously this is just, it's part of the meme, the slideshow here. Mm-hmm. We can't confirm anything, but if this is true, it is the funniest thing. He claims to be a ranger and paratrooper, but he was a human resources analyst in the Army.
I hope that's true.
He is deploying to Afghanistan to serve as a member of Combined Joint Task Force 76. The soldier is regularly assigned to the 173rd Airborne Brigade based in Italy. Horman Horner, a human resource analyst with 2 years of military service, is the son of blah, blah, blah. And that's a little more information about his family.
Jeez. So, and also people who serve in the military are not going to like this guy. People are going to go, God damn it, I hate when people do that. And he shouts out that we're veterans. That's why we're tough over here. And
but then on top of that, he's human resources. I wonder how that all went down during his shift.
That might be a little awkward. Seems like Brock Turner's got some problems. Damn, that is just brutal. So we'll follow this and see where it goes. C-Lane, did you fire off a message to the young dude who...
I did, yeah.
Guy jumped on his boat?
I was like, hey, I'm sure you're being blown up right about now because the video that he posted, which was the one that we watched...
Oh, I watched the other ones.
...has 18,000 shares and 23.6 thousand comments on it.
Damn.
So, yeah, it's safe to say that his... phone is probably rip right now, or his inbox is just obliterated.
Very little actual news on this. It's all sort of social and us at the moment, but this is gonna probably make some of the evening newscasts, I would think. The guy jumping on the boat. Brock's day is gonna get worse from here.
Also, I'm wondering kind of when this happened and maybe how old this video is, and maybe he just didn't post it, because he lost.
It said April 1st.
But he lost his boat in Hurricane Milton.
But I think he got it back.
Or he got a different one.
Yeah, because this said the Punta Gorda Police Department is aware of the incident that happened on under the Barron Collier Bridge on April 1st.
Okay.
So I guess that's allegedly, or, who knows what's right and what's not right at this moment here. We're going to sort it all out. And we're going to try to catch up with all these people. But stay tuned to see what happens next with that one. We got more twists and turns on the way, I'm sure. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? John Oliver in big trouble for comments he made on his show and is now being sued for defamation. Mike White, the guy behind White Lotus, turns out the reason for season 3 was hallucinating. Plus, guess who's back, guys, and sending Diddy to space? All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by...
Hey, folks. Next episode coming up in just a moment. How you doing? Hello, MPWS. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Randy. Hello, Snoop Frog. Hello, Dan. Dan said he should have driven away on the boat. Maybe, but, I mean, do we think that guy wasn't going to start chasing him on his own boat after that? Like, now we have a boat chase going on. Now everybody's in danger. I'm not going to second guess that the kid didn't drive away. I think that's kind of lame, honestly. Like, he stood still and did everything he could to try to make it end as fast as possible when somebody else boarded his boat. But I'm not going to go, well, he could have driven away. Like, no. The other guy's the asshole, right? The other guy should never, ever, ever have boarded his boat. Honestly, if he just wanted to talk smack from his boat, it would have made him look bad. That would have been one thing. But literally jumping on another person's boat is immediately over the line. Over the line immediately. Abraham says everybody has a, oh, he shoulda, until you're in that situation. You never know. Absolutely true. Such is the internet, right? Like, the internet is full of, why didn't this thing happen? Why didn't you do this? Every story I see has a little bit of that. And you go, hey, imagine you go to the grocery store tomorrow It's a weird word, grocery. It's an old-fashioned word. It means like just a bag full of groceries, things from the grocery store. But imagine you go to the grocery store tomorrow, and while you're popping between the aisles and you're trying to get some new chicken nuggies, somebody pops up to you with their cart and starts screaming at you and starts hitting you and throws you on the ground. And then afterwards, you read about the story online and people go, why didn't he just roll away? Why didn't he go to another aisle in the grocery store where the guy wasn't there and he wouldn't have been able to do that? Like, you don't have to worry about what the non-guilty person's actions are as much. They didn't do the other thing. He should have used another word other than bro. I don't know, bro. 2 minutes. CNJ Forge says, where would the kid drive to? I don't know. I think it's unfair to put the pressure on him. Like, that's just second guessing. If the aggressor isn't aggressing, then you don't have to worry about anybody else's reaction. It leads you to the whole, well, her skirt sure was short, wasn't it? But this captain is toast. I mean, honestly, on most of these stories, people will end up siding with one side, and then a small amount of people will end up siding with the other side. This guy is not going to find any love in any quarters. I think he's pretty toast on this. But we'll swerve in another direction to the next episode when we come back in just a moment here. And then we'll get to some of your feedback on this, and we're going to try to track these guys down and see what happens.
South Orlando, one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
From the very beginning, iHeart has believed in me.
Even now, I still get excited when I hear one of my songs playing on the radio.
Thank you, iHeartRadio, for honoring the truth I've fought for in my music.
Because we believe in the power of music. All your favorite artists, all in one place. The free iHeartRadio app.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the Law Offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the Law Offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Where common sense meets complete nonsense. This is the News Junkie.
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And you can join us with your comments, tips at thenewsjunkie.com, or obviously send a dispatch over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com, as you wish. We're following up on this boat rage story, and lots of people with lots of opinions. Boat rage is just like the worst kind of rage. It really does seem like you should be at peace on the water and
you'd think,
not yelling at people.
And you have Captain Douchebag.
I know. Isn't that something? Like it seems like such a relaxing thing, even though I've only spent a minimal amount of time on the ocean on boats. The time that I have spent has been pretty cool, pretty chill. Not like that. Not nearly as many bros.
We're doing it wrong, I guess.
I guess so. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
He's eating my father. My son is eating my father.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
Ouch.
Perfect.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. Listen to the Home Loans Radio Show every weekend because they're answering your questions live on the air, pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business because Don wants you to know how it works. And with all the money we are going to be making any second now.
Yeah, buddy.
You want to make sure you're putting in the right place and not getting screwed. I'm sorry?
I'm just going to check that out. I just wanted to check the
I thought you said something about bitch.
No, what? You thought I called you a bitch?
No. Just like, don't be
Did
a little
you want
bitch.
me to?
Work with that mortgage guy, Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Itch. It was 29 years ago, 1996. This guy right here.
MC Hammer.
MC Hammer is right. And on this day, he what? Filed for bankruptcy.
Oh, poor guy.
Yes, at the time, 1996, he was stemming from a $13 million debt. It is kind of like the Scrooge McDuck pile of money, but the opposite. It's just a hole in the ground. And that was because of a lavish lifestyle that included the following.
I'm ready. What do we got?
40,000 square foot mansion that cost $30 million, included a bowling alley, 17-car garage, tennis courts, 2 swimming pools, and a recording studio. He reportedly employed 200-person crew, costing him between $500,000 and $1 million per month.
Let me tell you something.
Yep.
I don't care what you think you need. You do not ever need, ever in your life, a 40,000 square foot house.
Oh, come on. When you have 200 people working for you?
Well, they're not working in your house. Those houses are so big. Like, I'm telling you, if you have an 8,000 square foot house, it's too big. You get lost in the house. It's just too much stuff.
Yeah, but given the opportunity, you'd have a 40,000 square foot house.
No, I wouldn't want it. Honest to God, I wouldn't want it. It would be too much upkeep and too much. Like I don't want some crew of people all the time trying to keep everything nice in the house.
He really doesn't need the extra 5,000 square feet.
You're right.
You know,
That's very true. I didn't even think about that. Do you guys maybe need or want this? Because it's happening.
Oh, South Park.
South Park's right. Hey, guys, me coming. And we're going to cover the following things. Diddy, ketamine, war with Canada. And all going to be featured in the 27th season of South Park. They dropped the trailer, and a lot of the headlines calling this back from a 2-year hiatus.
All right,
which
I'm
I guess
excited.
Technically they were, because they've just put out the specials, and now we're going to be going back to the
full season,
new episode. And what was their thing that they created? They had 24 hours to create the show, or it was like
6 days. 6 days to air.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Versus like planning out the season ahead of time.
Yeah, versus
even though
like,
this kind of sounds like they planned out the season ahead of time.
They come up with some topics that they're going to go over, and they have some things that they can fall back on. But they did those very tight schedules, whereas a Simpsons episode might take 8 months or something to be completed.
And that Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, all just got new seasons. I think 4 more seasons were bought for each of them.
Wow!
As well as Law and Order SVU. So great job, Olivia.
Damn.
Did you guys catch the trailer of South Park?
No, I did see that they were going to hit those topics. I thought it seemed like real fertile ground for South Park.
Oh, low-bearing fruit, but I'm sure. Low-bearing? Low-picking. Hanging. God
there
damn.
You go.
It's load-bearing fruit, which is like, if you want to redo your kitchen, but the fruit is holding up the walls.
You could bear some low all day. John Oliver is going to be bearing probably maybe the cost of a defamation lawsuit. At least that's what's headed to the courtroom. He could find himself in the middle of a legal S show, according to Deadline, if a healthcare executive takes the HBO host to trial for defamation. They just filed a not 1, not 2, but wait for a 23-page filing about something that he mentioned on his show last week tonight with John Oliver, speaking on Medicaid and a Medicaid hearing. Now, I really had to narrow it down. It's a very long clip, but there's just like one portion of it that he is not very happy with. And that is this Medicaid exec saying that it's okay for people to have defecated themselves, and they sit in that for a while.
Oh.
Essentially.
Really a nightmare. He wasn't getting changed like he would normally get changed 2 or 3 times or more a day.
Look, that's obviously maddening, and it doesn't get any better when you hear a doctor at AmeriHealth, the MCO that took over in Iowa, explaining in a hearing about a similar patient just what the corporate thinking was about the necessity of keeping people clean.
People have bowel movements every day where they don't completely clean themselves.
No.
And we don't fuss over too much. People are allowed to be dirty. You know, I would allow him to be a little dirty for a couple days.
Oh!
Right?
Look, I'll be honest. When I first heard that, I thought...
Hear that lady in the background? What?
But that has to be taken out of context. There is no way a doctor, a licensed physician, would testify in a hearing that he thinks it's okay if people have on them for days. So we got the full hearing. I'm not going to play it for you. I'm just going to tell you, he said it, he meant it, and it made me want to punch a hole in the wall. But if I absolutely had to put it into words, I guess I'd say, F that doctor with a rusty canoe. I hope he gets tetanus of the balls. And if he has a problem with my language there, I'd say, I'm allowed to be dirty. People are allowed to be a little dirty sometimes. Apparently that's doctors' orders.
Oh. I like how there was one person in the audience when he said the rusty canoe line. They were like, whoa. Like,
John Oliver's going crazy, guys.
Too far, buddy.
I don't see what he did that was actionable.
Well, they're suing his ass, saying that it's defamation, that he never said that, alleged statements illegally denied by Medicaid services, and that because of it, they're going to look for in excess of $75,000 plus.
Good luck.
All the other stuff, emotional damage, and everything in between. This show right here, finale this weekend.
White Lotus.
White Lotus is right, and I guess in lieu of the season finale, White Lotus creator Mike White has shared how he came up with the plot of season 3. And for everyone who's looking to get into the TV series or movie screenwriting business,
all right,
have you considered?
I'm all ears.
Just hallucinating?
Yeah, I have.
I have, but not in relation to any sort of budding movie writing career, TV.
Well, maybe it's time to combine those, Christopher. He was scouting locations in Thailand when he ended up in the hospital with bronchitis.
Uh-oh.
He said, they put me on a nebulizer, and it was like I had smoked crack. And not that I've smoked crack before, but for 2 days I did not sleep. I was just lying in the hospital bed trying to think about what the show was, and it came to me. I saw Mike the next morning, said the producer David Bernad, and he said what he had hallucinated, and basically that's what we shot. So all you need is a nebulizer in Thailand, and you got your next big HBO hit. Congratulations. And also congratulations to this gal right here.
I'm begging of you, please.
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton's right, y'all. And it was announced on April Fool's Day, but apparently, it is no fooling. It is actually going to happen. Dolly Parton is getting her own jeans.
Nice.
They are called...
It's nice that she doesn't have to borrow them anymore.
Come again? Is that another song?
Because she has her own.
Now she has her own jeans.
No.
Mm-hmm. Before she didn't have her own jeans, and now... No, it's not as complicated as you're making it out to be. He was suggesting that you said Dolly Parton now has her own jeans, and he was implying that before she was borrowing jeans. There was not a lot of depth.
I was
to
like,
this.
is this The Office? Is this South Park? Is this a song that I'm not familiar with?
So all the depth of
just
one
a good
nacho
old-fashioned bad joke.
Stupid icebox. Did it again. I hate the name. I gotta say, there's a lot more room for creativity, but they're calling them Jolene's.
Oh, okay.
Why
That's
not Joe Jeans?
Or low jeans.
Oh,
come on. Think
Bring
about
back
it.
low jeans, please.
Joe Jeans. Joe Jeans. No. We'll try with this. Jolene, our jeans. On the boob tube. You can watch TV with or without jeans on. We had the series premiere of The Bondsman on Amazon. Kevin Bacon, he's going to play a murdered bounty hunter brought back from the dead. We also have the series premiere of Pulse on Netflix, Wheel of Time on Amazon, Happy Face on Paramount+, Law & Order SVU, and Elton John will be on Fallon. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram, @Sabrina Ambra, and most importantly, play with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. And Courtney was talking about Dolly Parton the other day. She goes, man, Dolly Parton needs to take a break. Her husband just died after all these years, and she got all this stuff going on. And I said, I think sometimes somebody in that position wants to do anything but take a break. I think she wants to be distracted by as many things as she possibly can and not have to sit there and think about that kind of stuff happening.
She's been nonstop since
She's been very busy. She's a busy lady.
Since 20 years old, 20-ish is where I'm
okay.
at. Yeah.
All right. Quick break.
Oui.
We're going to be back with a story when we return about a mayor who's in trouble. The mayor is in trouble for something that apparently is not allowed. Mayors can't do this kind of stuff anymore.
I thought once you became mayor, it was free reign. You were in charge.
I didn't know that there were so many rules, but this mayor has submitted his resignation.
Makes me want to not be mayor.
I have the resignation here. I have what happened, and you're not going to believe it, but it is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Download the all-new iHeartRadio app. Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets, and you could win free stuff at upcoming events.
There's a crash, slowing down traffic on I-4 eastbound before State Road 429. Emergency crews are off to the shoulder there, clearing up that accident on the Turnpike, southbound south of Osceola Parkway there. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. There's a car stopped on the shoulder on the Beach Line eastbound near International Drive. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber. HOA and condo board members. Fiber internet has never been easier. Blue Stream Fiber simplifies the switch, helping your community save up to 50% while keeping residents happy. Their step-by-step process makes upgrading hassle-free. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio today.
Great news, my friends. That mortgage guy, Don, is your friend. And he also offers HELOCs. That's right, home equity lines of credit. A way to unlock your equity while keeping your super low 2, 3, or 4% rate intact on the first mortgage. Get cash out for home improvements, debt consolidation, back taxes, a lifetime supply of ramen noodles. And unlike the corner banks, that mortgage guy, Don.
Skull Mike. Mr. Predicto, was it a good idea for this mayor, after what he did, to have resigned? We'll read his resignation letter in a minute, but was it a good idea, Mr. Predicto, for him to resign?
It is a certainty.
Yeah, it is. I think you're right about that. I think Mr. Predicto has that one right. Mr. Predicto, am I the greatest host ever to have been behind a microphone?
The answer is no.
It's broken. Mr. Predicto, since you got that one wrong, I'll say it again. Am I the greatest host that's ever been behind a microphone?
You can rely on that.
Rely on the previous? Yeah. I'll tell you what, we're going to shut up for a little while. We're going to put you over here. Sean is the host and we are merely parasites? The parasites are the most important thing. What is life without parasites? Think about that for a minute. Go deep on that. Think about that. Consider that. So when we come back, this mayor has resigned. The mayor went on his lunch break, and as one does, takes...
No, I'm putting you up.
C Lane. Takes a video, I think a video, maybe a picture or video of his penis and him helping himself out on his lunch break, and then sends it to one of the city employees. And he says he was trying to send it to somebody else that he's been sleeping with the same first letter in their name. But my God, is that a mistake? Huh? That's a big mistake. That's a big mistake right there. He says, I didn't mean to send it. And now his resignation letter is just magnifique, something else. But I want to throw something out there. And I think women will be on board with this. I don't think there ever needs to be another dick pic again. I don't think we need another one ever again. I think maybe if you're on like a dating app, you can have a go-to and it'll be like, hey, we're this part in the relationship, reveal dick pic. And then the dick pic is revealed. But just generally speaking, I feel like we could do away with this. And I feel like just sending it, like he emailed it. Who emails one? Right? I think he emailed. Maybe it was a text message. But if it was an email, like who's emailing? You guys aren't emailing nudes, are you? Please tell me you're not emailing nudes. I feel like it should be on some platform where it disappears or something. I don't know. Or not at all. Just wait for the real thing in real life. You're not emailing them, though. Back in 2 minutes. Hello to everybody. Hey Bucky. Hey Got Crypto. Hey B-Haw. Hey Sour Patch Pete. Hey to all of you. I sent mine UPS. Really old-fashioned. You gotta wait for a little while, rubbing your hands together as the mail arrives. What have I gotten? You should not be emailing that stuff. Sean, just 2.5 till lunch? What's that mean? 2.5 what? 2.5 hours? Oh, don't tell me that, man. No, we're past that, right? All right, we're coming back right now, folks. Let's talk about this mayor. Let's read his resignation letter. Let's get weird. You ready? Here we go.
Galen College of Nursing's upcoming open house. Here, you'll meet with friendly and helpful faculty, current students, and academic advisors who can help you get comfortable with admissions and enrollment. Plus, you'll tour our campus and learn all about Galen's personalized student support. RSVP now for our open house on Tuesday, April 22nd from 4 to 6 p.m. by visiting galencollege.edu/Orlando.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Radio, 104.1. The kind of crew who types the word functioning in bold, italic, and underline.
That's got the record of this Brock Horner guy. That's the boat rage dude. Multiple arrests, DUI, felony, battery, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we've already been there. Where were you, man? We've already gone down that rabbit hole. We've scooped a lot of this up. We're just trying to talk to some of them now, which maybe will happen. We'll see. Sealine's monitoring that, and we're trying to see this story as it breaks. If you missed it, we'll hit on this as the show goes on, or you can go back to the podcast. Right now, let's move in another direction. Let's talk about a mayor who has submitted his resignation letter, which is kind of an interesting way to put it. Submitted, I've submitted my resignation. And he tried to hang on, but for a moment. He said it was all a big accident, but it was the result of an internal complaint about his behavior. All about a video that he recorded during a lunch break, which on my lunch break, which doesn't exist until after the show, I would never, ever, ever do this. I would never, ever, ever do this. But this guy, Mayor Tom Ross, he has indeed done this. And let's see what they say about this guy and his story here. And then we'll get to his resignation letter itself.
With a major shakeup in leadership in the city of Minot. Tom Ross resigning as mayor of Minot today. It comes after the release of a report on an investigation into Ross's conduct.
All right, what'd he do?
Kiona Rivera covered a special city council meeting this afternoon and joins us in studio with more. Kiona?
Good evening, Joe. According to the investigative report.
All right, here's the guy behind this. This is the guy who was the mayor of Minot. And he is not the mayor anymore. Minot the mayor anymore because of his behavior. And now we're going to learn exactly what he did.
City Attorney Stephanie Stahlheim filed a formal harassment complaint on January 28th against Ross. The report states Stahlheim received a sexually explicit video over text 2 weeks prior.
All right. So here's the rub on this. And I mean the rub. Oh. The report states that when interviewed about this incident, Tom Ross, the mayor, confirmed it was him in this sexually explicit video that he had recorded during his lunch break. Now, he said he was trying to send this text message of him pleasuring himself during his lunch break.
Fiddling the flesh flute.
As it were, yes, Sabrina. He was trying to send it to his romantic partner, whose name begins with the letter C. But instead, he sent it to C, city attorney.
No way.
When he hit the letter C, it filled out city attorney for the local government, and he sent it to the city attorney, who was like, why? What?
That's why you put the heart emoji with your
Why
lover.
did you send that? That's not good. Please. You got to double check this. This is the worst thing that happened since they sent that photo of Jan to everybody in, packaging. All of packaging got it back then. This was a huge mistake. The city attorney, which I'm assuming is this lady with the city attorney plaque in front of her, got the video of this lunchtime pleasure session.
According to the report, when interviewed about the incident, Ross confirmed it was him in the video.
That's me.
And he had recorded the video during his lunch break prior to sending it to Stahlheim. The reporter-writer says Ross intended to send it to his romantic partner, whose name begins with C, but mistakenly sent it to the contact city attorney.
Damn.
At this afternoon's special meeting, the council accepted the findings of the report. A few council members also spoke on the challenges the city has faced in the past few months.
Yeah, this makes it worse, huh?
The city's been through an awful lot. The city organization, the city staff.
And now this. Now we got drama over this.
All right. So Kevin on YouTube says it was intentional because she's hot. City attorney, not the most unattractive person. And who puts city attorney as the contact? Now, I do know that on the iPhone, at least, and likely on Samsung, if you put somebody's job title, you can search by job title, as if it were a nickname. So that would come up in a search for a contact. This is the city attorney right here. But like, I don't see any situation in which I would not put this woman's name if she's somebody I work with.
What, do you see a situation, Celine, where you would not double check who you were sending a video of you pleasuring yourself
I
to?
don't send videos like that, so...
Yeah. What I believe, and this is just me thinking it, is this is it's not very creative, but that's one way to excuse you intentionally sending a video of you masturbating to the city attorney.
You guys both seem to think this guy was fishing. Like, he had seen this woman, and he's like, oh, whoops, didn't mean to send that to you. And like, maybe in some crazy way, his hopes is that she's going to see it and get excited.
Well, I mean, does she have a government-issued phone that will be handed off to the next city attorney, or does he just change the number under city attorney every time they get a new one?
I don't know.
Great question.
But I know this is his resignation letter. I've got it right here. Let's see what he says. Dear Council President and City Clerk, as much as I love the city of Minot, and where it's heading, for the last just about 5 years, I had my priorities misaligned. Holding a full-time job while trying to be a full-time mayor and putting my family behind my job and elected position has taken a toll on me mentally and physically. It's not his fault he sent the D video. You see, he was mentally and physically worn down. That's when you do this. Well, I've done my very best to be a good leader. It's clear that time has come to an end. What I have attempted to strive for and represent is I've always wanted to put the city of Minot first. Today is no different. I'm proud of the work I've got to help on with our great city, but I've realized I need to step down from the position of mayor effective April 1st. Oh, you had to step down on April Fool's Day. Yikes.
It's embarrassing.
You should have sent the video on April Fool's Day.
He said the standard I set for myself was too high to sustain. And now the token part. My focus will now be on my physical and mental health. I've tried to be too much to too many people.
Yeah.
I failed. I have a professional and respectful relationship with every city staff member that I've come across.
Sure about that?
And I'm proud of that. Unfortunately, I let them down as a leader, and I have done this to many in our community, so I wish them the best. I am requesting that you honor the privacy of my family and myself as we go through this next chapter together.
Oh, he has a wife?
He's got a wife for now. He's got a wife for now. And by the way, wife, he didn't say he was going to send it to his wife. He said he's tried to send it to his romantic partner whose name begins with a C. I hope your wife's name begins with a C. Mm-hmm. For your sake and everyone else's, I hope your wife's name begins with a C. This is my favorite thing since way back in the day. I did a story on this show where the local news found a nude of a politician, and they confronted him, and he was like, that ain't me. That got nothing to do with me. And then the news guy pulls out the phone and shows him the video, and he goes, well, hot dog, that is me. And he acknowledged in the middle of it. I don't even know how to look that up. Hot dog elected official nude. I have no idea how. I don't know how I'm going to look that up. But it was the greatest moment where in the middle of it, he goes, well, hot dog, that is me right there. I thought it was in New York, but that could be wrong. If you guys can track that down. I have no idea if we'll be able to find it.
It's not Anthony Weiner. I don't remember him saying hot dog.
No. It's after Anthony Weiner, and it was a guy who was a really entertaining individual, and they approached him in his office, this dude, and they go, this is you sent this.
Oh,
and he goes, no, I didn't do that. And then they go, look, here's the video. You saying this isn't you? And he goes, well, hot dog, that is me. So somebody dig that up.
It.
Somebody says mayor of Pound Town. No, that's not it.
I'm finding another video that we laughed at because it was really kind of, hey, haven't heard from that guy in a while, and why is he talking about this? I searched for hot dog, that is me, elected official, and got Senator Mitt Romney on Instagram to all those celebrating National Hot Dog Day. Remember that? When Mitt Romney did the weird hot dog video?
I do. Oh, okay. I found it. Wade McCree. He's a judge. Judge Wade McCree is his name. I don't know if I'll be able to find the actual news report, but it was my favorite way back in the day. All right. Is this it? Sued in federal court? They must play it here. Okay, here's the story. 12 years ago, this says, Jesus.
A controversial judge who was sued in federal court today. Wayne County Circuit Court Judge Wade McCree has been in a lot of hot water lately. Now he's being sued. This follows the Judicial Tenure Commission suspending him last week without pay. The suspension and today's lawsuit both stem from allegations McCree had a sexual relationship with this woman who had a child support case before him.
Oh, come on. This doesn't have the clip of him doing it. The confrontation with him was so great.
He also, popping up, can't be sued for impregnating witness.
Oh,
well, hot
really?
dog. There's a lot where that hot dog has been.
This guy was a piece of work. Some of you elected officials, what do you got going on? Judge McCree, hot dog is what I got to find. I'll dig this up before the end of the show. It'll happen for sure. All right, we're going to hear from you now. We want to see what you have to say. Send a dispatch in. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. That's where you can send yours in. Here's M. Wiedemann with a dispatch. Well, this one about a different mayor, I think. All right. Hello.
Hey, Junkies. Megan from Castleberry.
Hey, Megan.
Happy Thursday.
Friday. Saturday,
Just curious if you heard about the Mayor Gina LaPlaque from New Jersey, who was arrested for driving under the influence after picking her child up from school.
Yeah, we did that story. Yeah, the lady was so hammered, and she had her kid with her and everything. And they kept hitting her in the report. They go, she stood in front of her $600,000 home with her top-end BMW SUV in the driveway. And really trying to hit that lady. I think she's toast for a while. We can work at a couple more here. They're talking about action movies. DJ Shakes Vanilla. You're not a woman, though, right? Are you a woman?
He's not.
There are two perfect action movies. One is Big Trouble in Little China.
That is a good one.
The other is
classic.
the original Point Break with Keanu and Patrick Swayze.
I haven't had a single woman send a dispatch of this is my favorite action movie, though. So maybe it holds true that women don't really want these action movies. We got some captains, though. I want to hear about the boat captain from Captain Dano. This is about Captain Brock. Let's see.
If old Captain Brock really has a captain's license, that's very surprising because when I got mine, you have to show rehabilitation for DUIs, drug possession. They're very scrutinizing on anything like that. Criminal history, battery. There's probably almost no way this guy has a real captain's license.
He must. I mean, the guy must. He had the whole business set up and stuff. It might be toast right now, but he at least had a website. And I mean, it's not that you can't fake that.
Or if it's not his business, he's fired from it.
Yeah. Oh, God, if he's not in charge, he's absolutely toast. Here's Peter A. Dragon.
Good afternoon, News Junkies. Evidently, the local pages over here are saying that he wasn't even in the military, that he was in jail instead of military. He's done.
Now, it looks like he was maybe in the military, but not to the extent that he was really bragging about to the person he was attacking. And if you're just joining us, we're talking about this story today. These two boats, a video starts, and one of them is just some young guy, a kid, at least he calls himself a kid, fishing by himself, just enjoying himself. And another boat swoops up with some dudes on it, and the captain of that boat starts to scream and curse at this young guy. How dare you? You were cursing at me when I drove by earlier. And they had back and forth. And the captain of the one boat, so angry after a long tirade, jumps on himself and boards the other boat and starts going after this young kid fishing by himself. And now his world is blowing up. And a lot of dominoes are falling as a result of this. So we're watching that story. Let's do one more on the captain. Here is a funny name.
Hey, guys, happy day. Hey. Pardon the road noise. I'm working near a street today. Okay. What are the odds if this guy, since he's a charter captain, what are the odds the people on his boat with him were actually paying customers? I'd like to interview the guys that were on the other boat. That would be interesting.
Those are friends, though. It's his pals.
Oh, and they're getting called out, too, by name.
Are they? Oh, they've doxed those folks, too?
They're like, they didn't do anything about it. Here's what they are and do and names.
They didn't. I think that they're less obviously responsible than the captain guy. I feel like they could have done a little more to stop their buddy.
Once the guy jumped off the boat, like, what else are they supposed to be doing? Like, besides just verbally trying to tell him to calm down, they shouldn't be getting on the boat. This kid's dealing with enough.
No, and we'll see.
The one dude didn't even want to turn around.
No,
the one dude kept his back to the situation the whole time.
I wonder if he saw the camera rolling. I wonder if that guy goes, he is rolling tape on this, and I don't want to go viral. And all the other guys, not so much. We got big street parties hitting California right now. So they say they don't know what to do with them. I never heard of this before, but it looks like a good time if you're not a cop. Deltopia? Have we ever heard of Deltopia? Deltopia. California City prepares for these massive unsanctioned street parties. Let's see if we can learn about
Attempting
this.
to carjack a garbage truck in Santa Ana. Surveillance video released by police.
Hold on, let me see if they get to the story here later in this. No, they put like a long video. But this is happening in California, according to KTLA. They said authorities in Santa Barbara County are preparing for this year's Deltopia, a weekend-long unsanctioned street party notorious for arrests, citations, and hospitalizations. The massive beachfront property takes place this weekend in Isla Vista, near UC Santa Barbara. So it's like all these college kids. There's just like streets full of college kids, people all on the balcony partying all over the place. Drug use and overconsumption is a concern for first responders. And now they don't know what to do with all these kids at party and get a little too crazy at the beach bash this week. That does not seem like a good time. No, it does. It kind of does seem like a good time.
Is spring break like a whole month long? Can we all just figure out doing it the same week?
No, that'll be too convenient, Sabrina. We cannot do that. Spring break now goes from March 1st to May 31st, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
That's when we get our beach bash on.
And then Jesus rises, and we go back to our normal schedule.
Hey, you want to hear something sad? Can I tell you guys a sad story?
What happened?
Sure.
I'm going to tell you a sad story. You know how eggs are expensive?
Yep.
I can't believe this is true, but I saw multiple stories about this today. I cannot believe this is true. But they said eggs are so expensive this year that some families are dyeing potatoes for Easter.
You can't paint a potato.
Yeah, there's like how-tos. They go, if you want to paint potatoes instead of eggs, here's how you can have a potato Easter instead of an egg Easter.
Why don't you just not dye the eggs and just get the little plastic eggs and do the Easter egg hunt, with the stuff inside?
No,
it?
it's the dipping thing. It's the
That's the cheapest way to do it. But also, isn't it? I think an egg is maybe more expensive than a potato. Call me crazy. I'm pretty sure an egg is more expensive than a potato.
I think these days potatoes are cheaper.
No way. Okay, let's say $6. Is that fair for a dozen eggs?
One potato? Oh.
$6 for a dozen eggs. All right. So $6 for a dozen eggs. You're talking 50 cents an egg. Is a potato less than 50 cents?
A potato's got to be the size of the potato.
Even a small potato's got to be more than 50 cents.
That's so lumpy.
No. A small potato, like a bag of red potatoes, probably a couple bucks.
I mean, one potato on its own, you just grab a rando potato. I think that potato's got to be more than the 50 cents that the egg is costing you.
And then you go 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, and that gets up there.
Well, but it's also not significant enough to make it like such a big difference that you go, let's dye potatoes. And your kids will remember the poor Easter we had? Remember when mom
potato
and dad...
Easter?
Can you just get like weird animal eggs? It's not like you're eating them.
Oh, that's the plastic eggs is a better idea. You do? What, hard boiled?
After you dye them?
Yeah. You crack them open and you eat them. And if you treat them right, that shell comes right off.
You don't remember Sean making fun of me for the year that we dyed the eggs after they were peeled so that the deviled eggs would have the color of the dye?
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
That's weird, though. You ate the dye? I don't know about that.
We eat dye every day, Sean.
I know, but I don't want to eat more dye than I already have to. Call me RFK Jr. if you want, but I want less dye. I want less dye in the food.
Nobody would call you anything junior.
Wow.
You're going to let him talk to you like that?
There's HR complaint in the works right now. HR complaint in the works. But when we come back...
They get her on the phone now.
I got a present for you for when we come back.
Be on hold.
Do you?
It's in your text thread.
Okay.
Not our thread, just you.
I won't even look.
It's the judge. It's the video you were looking for.
Should we watch that now, or we'll wait until we come back? We'll wait till we come back, and I'll play that for you because it is a joy. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031, and we say it on the air. Sometimes we might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic starting to pile up due to an accident on I-4 eastbound before State Road 429. That's off to the right shoulder there. There's a crash on US 1792 southbound at State Road 417, blocking the right lane, and emergency crews are still on scene clearing up an accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound, south of Osceola Parkway. That's off to the shoulder. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
Folks, you should be smart with your money. You should make sure that you're doing the right thing. And if you're going to be paying a company to help you, make sure it's one that's locally owned and operated. Family owned and operated. Who cares about some giant corporation? Coast to coast, they don't even care about you or your neighborhood or like employing local people that matter to you. This is a great company. It's called Mills Air. And when you have a problem with your AC, you think Mills Air. You think the company that's going to send out a great tech, they're going to be nice. They know what they're doing. They're very, very responsible. They're very nice people. And they are going to get you fixed up. And if it's a $5 part, it's a $5 part. They're not trying to rip you off because they want you to be a customer for life with Mills Air. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call at this number, 407-222-0200. 277-1159. If you forget that, go check them out at millsair.com.
It's tax season, and your refund just found a new home, the saddle of a pre-owned Harley. Space Coast Harley-Davidson is rolling out the IRS Inventory Reduction Sale. Pre-owned bikes priced to move, some at 50% below original MSRP, and many still have the remainder of factory warranty. Don't let your refund sit. Put it towards 2 wheels and pure freedom. Shop now at SpaceCoastHarleyDavidson.com and lock in your ride before these bikes disappear.
With spring just around the...
Folks, we got this hot dog. Well, hot dog. We got that video coming up next. And if you've never seen it, it is a gem. It's the greatest video of anybody ever being confronted with nude photos that they're denying exist ever. Literally the best of the best. So we're getting to that in just a minute. The break is almost over right now, so hang tight.
Prices rise year after year. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power or solar source? And start with that pool heater solar. It is awesome. I'm thrilled to say Solar Source, you can do the pay-as-you-go plan where you can save each month starting at just $99. Solar Source isn't new to this game. They've been in business for nearly 40 years with the same phone number since 1984. Ask about the battery backup option to protect you during a storm season. It's Solar Source.
Permanent injuries may not appear immediately after an accident. That's why the insurance company wants to settle with you quickly. They want you to sign away your claim before you even know the full extent of your injuries. Don't accept pennies on the dollar. Never sign anything until you speak with me. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com. Or call 1-800-CALL-MO.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's never been done before. iHeartRadio and America's favorite TV show, Wheel of Fortune, come together for 1 week only. Music lovers from across the country play for incredible iHeartRadio experiences.
iHeartRadio Jingle Ball Concert.
Music Festival.
iHeartRadio Music Award.
And you can win too. Play along all week at WheelOfFortune.com and you could find yourself at an unforgettable iHeartRadio event.
Start spinning. Good luck.
Starting Monday.
iHeartRadio Week on Wheel of Fortune with me, Ryan Seacrest. Check it out.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to the...
We've got a lot on the way. We got jury duty coming up. We got many, many things to hit on before we wrap everything up for a Thursday here. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for all your feedback and emails to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. C-Lane sent this over. Man, it's a classic, a blast from the past. We were talking about this mayor that has stepped down, resigned, because during his lunch break, he took a video of himself pleasuring himself, and during his lunch break, went to send it to somebody, but sent it to the person he wasn't supposed to, like the attorney or whatever, city attorney. And he goes, "Oh, God, it was a mistake."
To be attractive.
Who's a woman who works on the staff and didn't want this photo, by the way, didn't want this video that she said got sent.
Someone in the chat, I forget who it was. I think someone on YouTube was like, "Is she or is she just my not hot?"
She might be, yeah. She could be a Manat 7 or 8 or something, but elsewhere not quite as much. But she didn't want the video is the point. And from there, she started escalating things, and she said, maybe this guy should resign, which she's probably right about that. And he ended up doing it. And I said, there was a guy who was the greatest. Turned out he was a judge, and they confronted him with a nude photo of himself, and he kept denying it. And then the reporter's like, no, here it is. And it was the greatest back and forth. This was from Fox 2 News. Going back in time. Here we go.
A picture of a nearly nude man on his wife's cell phone.
Turns out that picture came from her boss, and he's a man with a very high-profile job.
Tonight, a local judge is telling Charlie LaDuff he's proud of that photo, and he believes he did nothing wrong.
How would you feel if your spouse's boss sent her a photograph of him nude in the shower?
This guy's something, all right?
Charlie's
He's wild.
a crazy field reporter. Doesn't even wear a tie.
Charlie LaDuff's got sunglasses on and a coat, and he's getting down to the bottom of where this nude photo was sent.
Would you be upset? Would she be upset? Is it even legal? I went to ask the judge himself. He seemed happy.
Hot dog. Yep, that's me.
Hot dog. Oh, my God. Go back to that picture.
He
What?
seemed happy.
Look at that mirror pic. Full nude.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me go back to this
Hot
moment
dog.
here. He holds up the photo, and then he goes in, and the mayor at first was denying it, and then he shows him the picture. Hey, is this
Why
the
didn't you
nude?
print that out in color, Duff?
That photo's pretty crinkled. Like he practiced this a couple times. He did a couple dry runs.
Hot dog.
Here he is.
He seemed happy.
Hot dog. Yep, that's me. There's no shame in my game. I ain't talking to nobody else's wife. Shoot.
Tastefully cropped, I might add.
Well, thank you. Thank you. See? You can almost get that here and now.
Circuit Court judge.
Okay, honestly, kind of a fan. He's like, so what? I have a shirtless picture. What you want?
He hands it over to the woman running the desk in his office. He's like, here you go, hold this.
And then she opens up a file folder that has 15 more just like that.
Let me put it in there. He goes, I could give you that right here, right now.
Tastefully cropped, I might add.
Well, thank you. Thank you. See? You can almost get that here and now.
Circuit Court Judge Wade McCree is pleased with himself, but the man who found the photographs in his wife's cell phone
Not
is
so
not
much.
happy. After all, she works for the judge,
man. Talk
and
about
the photo
throwback.
was sent from the judge's phone.
Highly inappropriate.
What does this say about this guy's character?
It says a lot that is flawed.
This is the husband. Anonymize the husband. Yeah. What does it say about the... It says it's very flawed.
Not what he appears to be. He's not what he appears to be, at least not to the general public, because he has access to kids. He has access to different charitable functions. He's being looked upon as being some great figure. But as you can see, according to the picture, you see what he's really all about.
Yeah.
So no other women would send me this? You haven't sent it out to anyone else?
Oh, yeah, I've sent that out to other women.
I'm the husband of the other woman.
I'm sorry this all happened to you. This guy doesn't seem like he's upset that he sent a nude to your wife, though.
No, but I'm upset because I've been with my wife happily, with an asterisk, for 15 years.
Yeah, and then does this ruin the whole relationship, this nude?
Well, it doesn't help that I tried to say the same exact pose in front of a mirror, but I didn't have a long enough mirror.
Oh,
and then
okay.
It was around the winter time.
Oh,
and then he's sending that clearly oiled up, and he has access to kids.
People on chat are calling you a cuck. I hate to say this to you. It seems like
cuck off. How about that? Because it's
Judge.
my wife, it's my mirror, and it's my. I pay half the cell phone bill, but it's a joint account, and I'm sick of it.
I know you're going to the local news media to go after the judge who sent the nude selfie. Do you think maybe you should? Did your wife ask for this, or was this?
That's none of your business.
Okay, God, I'm sorry. I just
whether or not she asked for it, I think someone else is in the wrong for sending it. I
You
can
think
ask
Judge
for $1
McCree?
million from a bank with a gun in my hand, but it's on them if they give it to me.
I think this guy is something else. Can we hear a little bit more from the judge? Do you mind?
Yeah, it's no problem. I'm going to take my shirt off.
Yeah, that's all right with your wife?
Yes, you know what I mean? There's nothing nude about it. I am in no more clothes than I'll be at the Y this afternoon when I swim my mile.
The husband is filing a complaint with the prosecutor and the Judicial Tenure Commission. Will the judge lose his job?
That photo is so cringe too. It's just Nerdville photo of him with his shirt off. He's like, damn.
I think he looks pretty good.
Yeah, you're into it?
Yeah, I'm another husband.
Oh, another one?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
okay.
a deeper husband.
Yeah,
and I got real deep with this.
Well, do you want to hook up with the judge? Is
I
that where you're
hook
going?
up with him.
Sounds like you do.
Did I print out a color version of that?
Yeah.
1,000%.
It's okay if you're gay. It's all right if you want to hook up with the judge.
Nothing
It's not a
to
big
do
deal.
with gay. It's not gay
sounds.
unless I
It
kiss him
sounds.
in the mouth.
It sounds a little gay. I'm gonna be honest.
You sound a little gay. How about that?
I do. What did I say?
Check your phone. I just sent you a shirtless pic.
I'm not looking at that. No. I think I'm gonna fall for this.
I just sent it to you, but it's full length.
No.
Feetsies included.
I got nothing here on my phone. Why did I check?
Dog.
All right. See you later.
I'm gonna stick around for a while.
No, it's time for you to go. All
I
right.
think it's about time that I put my input in.
Oh, you want a segment on the show?
Oh yeah.
What would you think about doing as a segment? We got a couple around here. Like
gonna
Sabrina has the
expose
next
myself.
episode. The exposure segment? No, we can't do that.
Hot dog.
We can't. We are not able to do that, unfortunately.
Every time you say hot dog, it gets creepier.
Hot dog. How low can you go with your hot dog, right?
Hot dog.
Is that all the way?
Even lower.
Yeah, go lower. Go all. Let's do the lowest hot dog that's ever been done on the airwaves. This is what licenses were made for. All right.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a grumble from an animal.
It's like the biggest dinosaur in Jurassic Park, but you don't want to wake it up.
What if we went the other direction and we wanted to get the highest hot dog? What is
that's going to be ear piercing, Sean?
This is like a mosquito
This is going to
sound?
piss off some dogs, man.
Might, but at least we could say we did it. You know what I mean? That's kind of the goal here sometimes.
I wonder if we're even going to be able to hear it.
No, you're
If
right.
she
It might
turns
be,
it up too high, it might be inaudible to the human ear.
That's so high pitched. Oh,
Okay,
stop.
stop,
Okay, all right,
stop,
okay, all
stop.
right, we'll take a quick break. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break. That's so high. When we come back, we have jury duty. Okay, and you've got to hear this jury duty
They're going to
because
take
we've
away
got.
my little voice changer. Aren't they?
I think we've done some damage with the
Can
speakers.
I tell you that as far as it stopped me at the high pitched.
Yeah.
But I could go even lower. Like it was
Then the low?
It was like 6,000.
Could you hear how low it was? It sounded like the gurgles of a dinosaur.
Yeah, or a demon.
Or
Girthy.
something. When we come back,
There
jury
is
duty.
no
We'll talk
Dana,
about.
there's only Zool.
We'll talk about what happened with this Yankee player, Brett Gardner, his son, that died in Costa Rica. We now have the official cause of death. We have the toxicology report that solves that mystery, and we'll see what actually happened there. The teacher that sent these sexual messages with a student that was 15, and she was in the body cam arrest video yesterday.
Now, you mean the student that stole her phone and sent himself nudes?
She says the student stole her phone. He unlocked her phone. He sent the nudes himself or sent the replies or whatever. And then he deleted it off of her phone. All of that. She's got a whole conspiracy theory. But how did this go down? We now know how they met, what started all of this. The very strange app that they wanted to use to begin with together. That as well is coming up in jury duty. And that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we'll talk about the rise of hippogamy. Plus, I'll tell you where your prices are going to increase because of tariffs. We'll find out what's happening in Orlando with Danny Myrie and Date Night Done Right. We'll talk to Glenn Klausman from Colbert Court. Tons of prizes for trivia, plus your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Thrivent.
The Magic visit the Wizards tonight to close out their two-game road trip. The Magic coming off Tuesday's win in San Antonio. In college basketball, UCF hopes to extend its season. They meet Cincinnati tonight in the quarterfinals of the College Basketball Crown Tournament in Las Vegas. Meanwhile, Florida arriving at the Final Four. They face Auburn in the first semifinal Saturday night. Gators have an open practice in San Antonio tomorrow. I'm Matt McCoy.
At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Future health, weight loss.
Thinking about trying Ozempic? Then you need to go to futurehealth.com to supercharge your Ozempic results by 58% versus just meds alone. Many are losing over 10 pounds the first month. Go to futurehealth.com and take the 3-minute quiz right now. Get your meds delivered to your door in 48 hours. Go to futurehealth.com, future without the E. Start losing weight this week.
Future Health Weight Loss.
Data based on independent study sponsored by Future Health. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
Galen College of Nursing is opening a new campus in Orlando, bringing our now approach to nursing education to Central Florida. With the on-demand resources you need, we'll do everything we can to support you right now. Learn more at galencollege.edu/Orlando.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad. Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 20% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
I'm Jennifer Garner. You may know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card because it makes everything we do even more rewarding. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. And unlimited double miles on every purchase means we earn more too. And when we travel, we get access to over 1,000 airport lounges. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/VentureXBusiness.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the...
Skull Mike. Skull Mike. Folks, we got a bunch of stuff in jury duty. I also want to talk about that, this like Pat McAfee scandal thing. If you haven't heard this, I guess he said, without saying somebody's name or anything, hey, there's a rumor at one of these schools that a student had sex with her boyfriend's dad. And the rumor was like spreading around all over the place. And then he talked about it, and then more people were talking about the rumor. But the girl in the center of the story is now very, very upset about this. The thing is, nobody knew her name until she came forward. Now people know her name. And now that seems like it made it a lot worse. So if he didn't even mention her name and just mentioned like a rumor going around campus, is he going to get in trouble for that? That's an interesting one. I don't know. Huh? Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to get him on that. Plus, we got this teacher and her latest comments and the way that the two met, the teacher who was in the body cam arrest footage yesterday and the 15-year-old student, the way they were chatting back and forth, which is a very surprising app that they use. That's coming up. And the former Yankee star Brett Gardner, his son, the toxicology report is in. That story's sad, boy. That's just, and you know, it's good that the family can get some sort of answers here and know what it is, and kind of, you know, get past this. But God, man, you try to go on a vacation to Costa Rica, try to enjoy yourself and get some relaxation. You end up going to sleep, and your 14-year-old, who like had a big career allegedly in front of him, ends up dying in his sleep. That's brutal. And also, the 14-year-old, his Brett Gardner's son, was wearing his number 11 and like kicking ass in several sports. Promising future. All right, let us know what you think about all this. When we come back, jury duty is in 60 seconds.
To provide customized solutions for your home.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. Look, when it comes to protecting your family and belongings, what's more important than the roof over your head? Not much. And that's why I go with the most experience out there with the best reviews. That's Eustace Roofing. Over 1,000 5-star reviews with a 4.9 Google rating with over 1,000 reviews. Providing all of Central Florida with quality roofing for over 65 years. And these guys are metal roofing experts, meaning they build it on site for perfect fit. And they even have no interest financing available. Visit EustaceRoofing.com today and schedule your free estimate.
What if I can guarantee the price of Bitcoin will be $1 million in 2030? Well, I can't, but I can guarantee you'll save a lot of money on blinds at my company, Blindster.com. Free samples, free shipping, and guaranteed to fit. Shop at Blindster.com today.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This
We'll see what happens when the gavel drops.
Yeah.
I forgot already. We'll drop the gavel for jury duty here momentarily. All right,
Smack
that's
it.
what's happening. We got some great updates to get to on stories we've been talking about. We'll get to you, your dispatches, your emails, and all of your input. Your feedback is very, very important to this show. You are another member of the show. You have us and they have you. So join us at any time with whatever's on your mind. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Here goes nothing. Let's let the gavel drop. Let's do jury duty.
court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO. 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. After an accident, that's the attorney you need to go to. 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. We've been talking about this teacher. Yesterday on the show, we had the teacher getting arrested in the body cam footage, and she was just blown away that she was being arrested.
What? Where's my husband?
I can't believe it. How could this happen to me? And she was so upset about this. And then it turned out that she was having sex with a 16-year-old student. Now, I don't know what's going on with her husband and what he knew about all this. I don't know how deep that whole thing went.
Hot dog.
But the teacher was very upset. Just to bring you back a little bit, here's a quick bit of the body cam footage when this teacher was arrested.
Whatever you need.
Whatever I need?
Yeah, whatever you need, like your phone, your purse, go ahead and grab it.
Is she going somewhere? Or?
Yeah, we're going to explain everything.
That's her husband.
So go ahead and turn around for me.
Is she going somewhere? Yeah, jail, dude.
Yep. Yeah. You do get in trouble for having sex with a 15-year-old student.
Excuse me, is my husband coming with?
Yes, yeah, he's taking his phone number down. We're staying in touch with him. We're just going to Downers Grove, so 10 minutes away.
No, I know, but I really would prefer that my husband's with me.
Yeah, she would. Right now, she would prefer that. But
When
at
I was
the
banging
time,
the 16-year-old. Not
15.
so much.
Yeah, 15, and she was 28. 28. Here's the backstory. We now have some details creeping in on this one. The court docs say that Formella, that's her, started privately tutoring the alleged victim after he broke his collarbone. Prosecutors say Formella then gave him her number so they could play 8-ball pool on their phones together.
Because
that's how it started.
what the kids are doing these days.
You don't want any teacher or any adult texting with your kid, even if they're like, oh, it's just a game we play. We play this game together. It's 8-ball pool. The pair then allegedly exchanged provocative texts, followed by a FaceTime meeting between the student and Formella. According to the court docs, the teacher and her student began having feelings for each other, which came to a head one day in December 2023 when they met in a classroom at the school before classes began. Prosecutors said Formella shut the door and started kissing the victim, who reportedly fondled her, and she removed his clothes. they both allegedly took off her leggings, and he put on a condom and had sex with the teacher that you just heard from in the classroom. He was 15 and she was 28 at the time. The docs say they both later acknowledged to each other what they did was wrong, and they never had sex again. And now cops say the student's mom found the lurid text messages on her son's phone and reported them to the police department. Now she's been charged with aggravated criminal sexual abuse and criminal sexual assault. But she is just so confused as to how all this could even happen to her. She's crying.
Please, please.
All right. Oh, poor thing. She's very, very upset. Don't play pool with 15-year-olds.
8 ball.
You might not get into that situation. All right, now we have the toxicology report and the big mystery of what happened in Costa Rica. Not C-Lane's vacation story in this case. This was the death of former Yankee star Brett Gardner's 14-year-old son, Miller. Miller Gardner, 14 years old, star athlete in school, would wear his father's number 11 when he went out there. They go to Costa Rica, the family does, and they thought it was food poisoning. They thought it was some sort of allergic reaction. He died in his sleep. And now the toxicology report said it was officially carbon monoxide poisoning.
Damn.
They conducted a blood test for carbon monoxide, found a saturation level of 64% in his body. Anything over 50 is lethal.
How is there not like any sort of monitor for that in the rooms? I thought that was kind of a given.
You would think so. No, and they're not very expensive to outfit a room with something life-saving like this. He passed away in his sleep nearly 2 weeks ago while on a family vacation, and now they know it was from carbon monoxide poisoning. And finally, and I want to ask everybody, do you think there's any liability here? We could put this on the list for our friend Mo DeWitt, who we talked about at the beginning of the segment, but there's a ESPN dude. His name is Pat McAfee. He seems to stand up a lot when he broadcasts. I guess that's his thing. And he's in some trouble now because he talked about something happening at the University of Mississippi.
Doesn't he have the same microphones that I have right here, but it's like way far away from him or pointed in a weird direction?
They use it like, isn't it like this, like underneath?
Yeah, but I think he might have a lavalier on, and I think it's like a prop mic.
That makes sense.
I don't know for sure. It's possibly, but so here's what happened. This is a story from NBC about this student. Her name is Mary Kate Cornett, and she says she is a victim here.
Now to our NBC News exclusive.
I'll pump this up.
A college freshman who says her life was completely ruined when a salacious, false rumor about her recently went viral.
She says it's cyberbullying.
Cornett shared her story with our Tom Yamas.
Having the entire internet, half of the country hating you and calling you disgusting things, telling you to kill yourself, telling you that you're a horrible person, that you deserve to die, that's a really hard thing for a girl to go
all right,
through.
that's what she's saying. Now, here's the deal. The rumor involving this Mary Kate Cornett, who's 19 years old, her experience was detailed in a profile published by The Athletic earlier this week. It was referenced on the Pat McAfee show by the host, a former NFL player and his guest. They talked about a menage a trois at Ole Miss, and she was not mentioned by name. Her boyfriend was not mentioned by name at all. He says an Ole Miss frat bro allegedly had a menage a trois with his girlfriend and her dad, right? That's what the story was. And he said, at this exact moment, this is what's being reported on by everybody on the internet. Dad had sex with his son's girlfriend. Then it was made public. That's the absolute worst case situation. So when they mentioned it on ESPN, no one mentioned her name. No one mentioned her boyfriend's name. Nobody mentioned the dad. Nobody mentioned anybody's name in this. Only that this was a rumor on the campus. And now she's come forward and she's like, I am Mary Kate Cornett. And this rumor is about me. And I want to go after this ESPN host. But she could have just shut up, right? And then like nobody would have had any idea. I wouldn't have thought. Maybe she's got more to her story. Let's listen.
In her first TV interview, Ole Miss freshman Mary Kate Cornett told me how she became famous on the internet and social media in the worst possible way.
The worst.
In February, an online rumor went viral, claiming an Ole Miss sorority sister slept with her boyfriend's father. Then, someone attached Cornett's name and photo to it. Do you know why the rumor started?
No clue. No clue. I had zero knowledge of this.
So she's saying like people online have attached her to it. But if the ESPN host is not talking about people's names and just talking about rumors, I don't know if you have much of a case. What do you think, though? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. All right, we'll hear from you with some of these. We got to work these in here on the show. In fact, I think we could listen to a dispatch or two real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got going on. There's a lot of people that want to talk about this boat rage story, so we'll work in maybe one of those right now. Here is, actually, this is somebody, well, that's too long about tariffs. I'm sorry. Here's a woman talking about action movies. And we started off with the actress, Ana de Armas, or whatever her name was, from the new John Wick spinoff. Mm-hmm. She is saying that we need to have more action movies for women. And I said, women, generally speaking, aren't usually thrilled with action movies. If you are, let us know what's going on. And if you want more of these, here's two Mandy hobbies with the dispatch.
Sean, regarding the action movies and women, I have to wholeheartedly disagree with you.
All right.
I grew up with a brother and a dad, and we watched Lethal Weapon, Die Hard, Indiana Jones, any kind of action movie, and now I continue to watch those with my son and my husband, and it's definitely my favorite type of movie. So I don't think that there's anything to this. Also, might I add that my father-in-law's favorite type of movie is Hallmark movies, like
oh,
the
really?
Happy Loved Ones. So I think this goes both ways. Alrighty, have a great weekend. Bye.
I think everything goes both ways, but the large portion of fans of like different genres tend to switch, except for the one that's not split on sexes is comedy. But they don't release a lot of those movies, especially not in the theaters anymore. But thank you, Mandy. Appreciate your dispatch and appreciate your input. We'll take more of these as we roll on. We're going to talk about the tariffs. Dare I look at the stock market? I don't know. I don't know. Bear Lover on YouTube says, Sean, the ESPN host was talking about her boyfriend, who is the QB at Ole Miss. That's what led to talking about the sex scandal. From what I read in the story, they said there was no names mentioned. Like nobody's name was mentioned. So you can't say that somebody who's like a host has tarnished your reputation or has, libeled you in some way if they don't say your name, usually. Unless they're really, really obviously hinting to you. If they're just talking about the rumor and not talking about the name, it's going to be tough. Just being in this industry, knowing how people sue over stuff, that one is not going to be one that I think is successful. But we'll see. We'll take more dispatches on that, too. When we come back, we'll touch on the tariffs and what's happening so far. We got a hot mic moment during a sports broadcast that is one for the ages. Of all the things not to say.
Of all the things not to say?
All the ages? Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I drop out?
No, this is just my response to something like that. Yeah.
This is one for the ages, for sure. Wait till you hear what this person said into an open microphone. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Westwood One's coverage of March Madness resumes Saturday with the Final Four as Duke faces Houston and Auburn meets Florida. Coverage starts at 4 p.m. right here on Real Radio 104.1 and our free iHeartRadio app, and is presented by Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators.
The accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound near Osceola Parkway has been cleared. Traffic is starting to flow a little bit more freely now. Look out for a crash on Highway 1792 near the Greenway. An accident on I-4 eastbound before State Road 429. That's off to the shoulder. There's some unusual delays on I-4 before US 27. Travel with caution on the roadways, folks. They're getting busy. If you see traffic troubles, call a Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and we sell custom blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices. Our blinds are handcrafted to fit your windows, and if they don't, for any reason, we'll remake them for free. Your satisfaction is always guaranteed at Blindster.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
This little piggy wasn't affected by the market. This little piggy had protected funds. This little piggy locked in college costs. This little piggy had a 1-year plan. And all the little piggies went wee to college land.
Before you know it, those tiny feet will be off to college. Save the smartest way with a Florida 529 prepaid plan. Unlike a regular savings account, the funds are dedicated and guaranteed to cover tuition costs. So when they're ready to go, you are too. Prepaid plans start at $29 a month. Open enrollment ends April 30th.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
This Easter, join Chef Tellaluna and the rest of the team at Rosen Center for a brunch buffet featuring dozens of freshly prepared dishes that are sure to satisfy. Don't miss out on classics like roasted pork loin or sweets like white chocolate almond croissants. Celebrate Easter Sunday at Rosen Center's brunch buffet with Chef Tellaluna and indulge in more than 60 delectable dishes that are guaranteed to impress every member of the family. Enjoy crab claws, chocolate ganache cake, and so much more. Easily make your reservation today at rosencenter.com/Easter. That's rosencenter.com/Easter.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Radio. 104.1.
Like a car crash you can't stop listening to. This is the News Junkie.
We're good. It's good. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Things are going well.
404 error.
Oh, that's not good. That seems like a bad thing. I've got a bunch of clips here we got to go over. Let's see what's happening with the tariff situation. Let's see what's going on. Maybe everybody really understands what's happening here. We got some charts. There's been some stories. And the markets have not been very positively responding to this.
President Trump said it's going to bring back the American dream.
Good. Wait, what's the American dream?
From the ladies in Minnesota.
I don't know. I just saw it on the Chiron as I walked by.
Oh, okay.
In the news den. Trump, tariffs will bring back American dream.
This is a wild ride because the market is shifting quite a bit. And let's see, maybe we can go to this. Yeah, I mean, it dropped off a cliff at the beginning of the day, and now it tried to come back a little bit, then back down. It's been a roller coaster of bad for the markets. But Trump came out yesterday, and he's like, we're doing this tariff thing, reciprocal tariffs. But then it's kind of beyond that, and it's kind of complicated. It looks like they might have used ChatGPT to plan this whole thing. Let's listen in. Here's where he pulls out the chart, I think.
But we will charge them approximately half of what they are and have been charging us. So the tariffs will be not a full reciprocal. I could have done that, yes, but it would have been tough for a lot of countries who didn't want to do that. I'd like to see the chart if you have it.
Oh, give me the chart.
Bring it up, Howard. This is our great Secretary of Commerce.
All right, bring up the chart.
Lutnick. Thanks, Howard.
All right,
so
reciprocal tariffs, it says.
China, first row. China, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So 67%, I think you can, for the most part, see it. Those with good eyes, with bad eyes. We didn't want to bring, it's very windy out here. We didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing.
The big charts?
No one can read that, Donald.
There's a bigger chart than this, though? It's 4 feet tall.
Well, they printed out a bigger one, but it's like a sail.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess so. I
mean,
can see it.
You could read it? Can you read it?
Yeah, I can read it from here. If you were looking at just right in front of you on the video, you can see it. It says China, 67%. We're going to reciprocal tariff them 34%. European Union, 39%. We're going to tariff them 20%. And then it goes down the line, Vietnam, all the different places, and the tariffs that we're going to put on them. And the idea is that over time, we get better trade deals with these countries. And these countries, hey, Trump's right about this. Everybody else has very protectionist policies. Canada has very protectionist policies. South Korea has very protectionist policies. The EU has all of them do that. America does not as much. The biggest question here is, here's how I can phrase this. So in South Korea, for South Korean cars to come into the United States of America, we had a very small tariff on those South Korean imports. In fact, a lot of cars sold in the United States were from South Korea. Hyundais, all these types of cars. South Korea makes a bunch of cars. Americans buy them, right? So when the South Korean market would import them into the United States, there would be a small tariff on them, and then they'd be able to sell their car here. For the Americans, that's good because you can get cheaper cars from different markets sometimes. So it might lower the price of cars in the American marketplace. Sometimes those companies might get greedier and still charge a little bit more, et cetera, et cetera. But when we take an American car and try to import it into South Korea, big tariffs. So it's a lot more money there. They put heavy tariffs. So it's a one-way street. So having these reciprocal tariffs would be good. However, it seems like they use ChatGPT to come up with a formula here. And there's even some countries like Israel that have said, we'll have no tariffs at all on you, duty-free. And still, we're putting tariffs on their stuff. So far, it seems a little clumsy. But here's what we got. Singapore has said they're going to engage with the Trump administration and has promised not to impose countermeasures. Switzerland is in talks with Washington. They're not taking immediate countermeasures. French President Macron calls on European countries to suspend all investments in the U.S. Japan refused to comment. China is vowing countermeasures. Canada says they're matching U.S. tariffs on passenger vehicles.
Wow. UN Thanksgiving's going to be awkward.
The UK indicates they won't immediately retaliate. Ford is now offering discounts on their cars and trucks because Ford benefits from this. A Nike stock is tumbling over China fears. Mercedes-Benz calls on the U.S. and European Union to enter constructive talks. Let's see what people are saying on TV, right? What's going on CNN?
So the European Union and China, they have already vowed to retaliate. At what point would the administration consider pulling back on tariffs, especially on those 10% across the board tariffs? Where is the room for negotiation?
I don't think there's any chance that President Trump's going to back off his tariffs. This is the reordering of global trade, right? That's what's going to happen. But the world should stop exploiting the United States of America. Let our farmers sell their products. Let our ranchers sell their products. They won't take lobster in Europe or the UK. I mean, why won't they take American lobster?
Now. They do. They didn't for a while, but now they do.
This is Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, talking to CNN about this.
Is that the most trying of the products that they're not taking?
Maybe you used a bad example. There are issues. Like when we try to get, I think eggs is one, and dairy into Canada. They put big fatty fat tariffs on our stuff going into Canada. Why? Because Canada wants to protect their market, which is good. But everybody can't win on that. Somebody's got to buckle. The problem is, it seems like we're going to bleed a little bit before we get any wins out of this. And I don't know how many days even Trump fans are going to be willing to wake up and look at their 401k just in the dumps. Just the stock market going down, and not be okay with, or still be okay with this, I guess I should say.
I mean, and just hope that, like, you're supposed to go on somebody's word at this point, right? Like, we're immediately going to see the effect of it, but they're like, it's an investment, and it's going to end up great, but what about now? God knows what's going to happen next
That's what
years.
they're saying. They're saying it's a long-term investment. They're saying this 6 months to a year from now, this is going to be much better, and everything will be sorted out. And we've been on the losing end of these tariffs for so long, which might be true. But
can people afford that right now to just hope for this the long-term investment ends up in the green for everybody? Because there's people in situations at this moment.
Here's the things that matter immediately, I think. People say, I want America first, I want America to win, and I want tariffs to be fair for America. They say that, but trust me, they care way more about their own professional and personal investment setup. They care way more about their money. Like, what's happening with me and my finances, that matters more than anything out there. So if it gets really, really bad, I think the tide will turn in a big way. If it goes really, really good, then President Trump will have massive approval ratings. This is a pretty big gamble, though. Like, I really think this is a pretty big gamble. Here's Fox News talking about this. Let's see what they said.
And those 401k people who are depending, those retirees, all of that, just talking plain speak with them. Look, when this nation used to go to war, people in this country would support the war effort with their materials at home and making things, weaponry and all of that. We got to do 100% buy-in over this bumpy period. Just communicate. That's
what they want. Are you going to give it to them? They want buy-in that you know that your 401k is going to gush some money right now because it's going to pay off in the long run. Will people do that? That is the question. Will we see positive things? Here's one more clip of the tariff talk. This is from CBS News.
You're right in the long term, but in the long term, we're all dead. So how long are we going to have to wait for the benefits to come pouring in?
Well, you started hearing it recently when Donald Trump yesterday said we have about $5 trillion of committed investment to America. $5 trillion. That means people are going to start building factories right now. And that means all that construction work begins now. That starts to employ Americans today. You're going to see plants being built, factories rebuilding. All shifts are going to be running hot across America now. You're going to see employment leaping starting today.
Okay, that's a big promise there. So will they
starting today is a huge promise.
Today I'm seeing negative 1,381 points on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. That's what I'm seeing so far. So will people be nice and calm about this? Not for long.
I'm sure. No, I mean,
not for long.
People, they're mostly calm.
If we go down 1,400 points in the stock market today, people might go, all right, well, let's see what happens. Maybe this really pays off and we're all really rich and it's a golden age. If it goes down 1,000 points tomorrow, people will go, well, this is a little rocky here.
Not good.
If it goes down 1,000 points the next day, like how many days would it go down like that and people still go, I want to ride down this path. I want to make sure this pays off. I think people are not so patient with their money. You got to really get people to calm down and get everybody to buy in on this. And I don't know if they've got that just yet. All right, let's talk about hot mics. What's the number one rule about microphones and broadcasting?
Always treat them like they're on.
That's right. Always treat your mic like it's on.
Mother.
Lest you get in big trouble. And then you lose the license. And then that's it. That's it. It's all over with. There is a hot mic moment that's playing out right now in the lacrosse world, lacrosse broadcasting. I can't even play it for you, but you might find it out there. No. Like the people who were saying it didn't realize they were alive. God almighty. This one dude, it's the most bro moment. He is talking with his friends. Are you seeing what's a bit
man.
I'll give you the first thing I heard, right? When this hot mic moment happened. You hear the lacrosse crowd and stuff, and some guy goes, oh, her? Are you crazy? I could only get like 3 inches in before the crying was a little too much for me. Yeah, she's the worst. Yeah, it was the way.
Oh, my God.
That was the first couple seconds. It went on. It went on for a while. There's just one dude in the broadcast was talking about somebody who was bad at sex, they said.
The thing on the headline across multiple platforms is she didn't know how to take wiener.
Yep. She didn't know how to take wiener was the guy's quote that he said. And he went on for a while talking about this with his bros.
With the headset on.
With the mic live around them. I don't know what the circumstances were, but it clearly was being broadcast. It clearly was going out over the airwaves. And it was pretty damn unbelievable. So you'll find that bouncing around out there. Toast450 on Twitch says, have you guys covered the captain that yelled at the kid fishing in the Keys?
Oh, my God.
We did that. Rewind.
Wait, what happened?
Rewind.
There was it wasn't the Keys.
Yeah, it
or
was.
maybe a siesta key.
Go back to the 1 hour mark on this show, Toast, and you'll see all the coverage on that and get to enjoy it. It wasn't the Keys, though, just for the record. Before we go to break, I want to bring up one more thing because this is a repeating story, a narrative that's building on the show. Chaos is breaking out at DMVs across the country, they say.
Please tell me it's not about this real ID thing.
I swear to God it is.
Come on. It's the simplest thing. We've had it for years.
I agree with you, but this says you only have until May 7th, and millions of people are scrambling to switch their driver's licenses to real ID.
They gave you so much time. There's so much time given on this. I think this deadline, I think, has been pushed back a handful of times.
Okay.
This says, go ahead.
When they, I just got a new license plate, and that was sent automatically to me.
Yep.
Why is this not automatically sent
Depends.
to me?
It depends on the status of your driver's license. If you need a renewal and you don't have to go in, you can get it done and sent to you in the mail. I think that's how I did mine. I didn't have to actually go in there. But the people who do have to go in, this is naturally, with just over 1 month to go, there's been a surge in real ID demand with DMVs across the country packed. As reported by the Today Show, I probably spent 8 or 9 hours trying to get my license, says one of the drivers. Alexi Giannoulias, that's close enough. The Secretary of State for Illinois, Alexi Giannoulias, says his office has added 2,500 new daily appointments with demand surging by the day. People are sleeping in their cars, sleeping in tents outside of DMVs. Oh, come on, man. This is not something that's difficult.
Man, when is the...
Guys, I definitely don't have it.
You don't? Your license doesn't have the star on it?
I don't have my wallet on me, but I'm getting nervous now.
How long ago have you gotten a new one?
It was a minute, and I still am not due for a new one.
5 years, you think?
For a while. Gosh,
yeah.
I'm doubting everything now. I wish I had my wallet.
You have to look. Mine is definitely updated, and I haven't had my license updated to even this address that I live at now, for God's sake.
That hot mic moment. That was a joke. That was a radio bit. Cops that listen to the show.
Are you flying anywhere soon? Because if you are, after May 7th...
But you have a passport, Sabrina.
I'm bringing a passport to Atlanta.
Why?
Yeah, you could.
What's so wrong about bringing your passport somewhere?
You don't bring your passport to Atlanta. Everyone knows that.
You can if you want.
That is not a thing. Nobody is going to look down on you for
Google
using
it. Never bring your passport to Atlanta. It's an old country song.
That's not a thing. Now you're just making stuff up.
Never bring your passport to Atlanta. That's a good song.
Never write a hate note to Santa.
That's the next line.
But if you want an orange Fanta, then you bring your passport not to Atlanta.
Screwed it up at the last minute.
Okay, whatever. What else rhymes with Santa?
You could have gone the other way.
Go ahead.
We're going to take a quick break. When we return, some people complaining, real IDs in Palm Beach County, it's appointment only. Appointment only in Palm Beach County. Everybody panic for your real ID for almost every service now. Earliest is more than a 1 month wait, it says. Is that true? Everybody likes to delay. This is what we do, man.
Whatever.
We all procrastinate. All of us do.
Uber will do very well in the next couple months.
Probably. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to get to some more feedback. We'll see what's going on with your comments. And we'll get some news about Tesla that people are focused on. And I want to discuss right off the jump, re-Hooterization. Because I know you probably haven't heard that word just yet, but a lot of people in the financial world are talking about re-Hooterization right now. And I think you need to know what's going on here.
Have we had a problem with de-Hooterization?
It's more of a re-Hooterization
Are we
problem.
talking about Hooters?
We might be. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a crash blocking the right lane on John Young Parkway southbound at Colonial Drive. Look out for an accident on the beach line eastbound near International Drive. Traffic's starting to slow down on I-4 before US 27 and through that World Drive area. There's some slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike northbound before Osceola Parkway. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. When you hear that a small Blizzard treat is just 85 cents in the DQ app, you might just feel like you're dreaming. You're not. Hurry to DQ and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with a $1 purchase when you sign up for DQ Rewards. Participation may vary. Terms apply.
That mortgage guy, Don, he is a stand-up guy and, my favorite thing, part of the Real Radio family. And that means he's taking care of your family. Tune into the Home Loans Radio Show every Saturday morning and get your questions answered live on the air. He's pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business. He's explaining the real mortgage process to you because, hope you're sitting down, he wants you to know how it works. He's looking out for you. So why not work with someone who has your best interest in mind? By working with That Mortgage Guy, Don. Get the process started today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy, Don.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassie's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Celebrate 30 years of Tijuana Flats epic meal deals. Now, you know them for Taco Tuesday. They've made every day special now. Get Dos Tacos, chips, and a drink for only $8.88 every day, only at Tijuana Flats.
Future health, weight loss.
Want to lose 10 pounds in a month? Then you need to go to futurehealth.com for easy, affordable access to weight loss meds like Ozempic, Zepbound, and oral semaglutide if you don't like injections. A new report shows that Future Health customers are getting 58%.
Let's go, Mike. Folks, a little heads up. A little piece of info, a little tidbit for you. Tomorrow will be normal show. We'll have all sorts of fun tomorrow. Monday will be a little bit different. I will be out on Monday. I'm taking a vacation day, the first vacation day for realsies that I've taken for 2025. And we are going to try our new strategy. Our new strategy will be deployed on Monday during the show. The show will be live on Monday. Should be live on YouTube and Twitch as well. Should be live on all affiliates. Everything should be good. Podcast should be posted. All of those things. C-Lane will be hosting the show. On the backs of his hurricane party broadcast that he hosted, he's getting some room here to host the show on Monday with some friends. And there will be a live show on Monday with C-Lane at the helm. So we'll see how that goes. That should be very interesting. It'll be very different. Could be fun. You got to help him out. Make sure you give him content. Keep him flowing. Keep him revved up. But C-Lane will be hosting the show live on Monday. And I think it's going to be a banger. Or at least I hope so I can keep taking vacation days. There will be guests. I'm not telling you who's going to be with. Not telling you who's going to be there. But that's happening on Monday. The idea here is so that no matter what, like in the last 2 years, I've obviously altered things so that whenever Sabrina is not here, Josh is in on the show or Fritz is in on the show. Josh and Fritz are very much a part of the show. The biggest problem that we're tackling this year is that we used to do a thing where I would just call off and then we would do best of. No more. No more. Now we're doing live shows when I'm off, so I can actually take some vacation this year. And all I'm taking is Monday, but C-Lane will be hosting the show. Will C-Lane yell at the chat for being political during a political show? I only yell at people for being brain dead retards. It's not about being political during a political show. It's about being, as the French say, retarded. If your brain is just swamped with politics and you're like, I only think left-wing ideas, or I'm a Trump supporter and I can only gurgle his goo, that's it, then I'll come at you. But C-Lane will probably be fine. He'll probably love everybody. You got to make sure you're rooting them on. And lots of dispatches, too. Sometimes you guys are soft on the dispatches, and if you don't have a lot going on, you don't have anything to fall back on. So make sure you hook it up on Friday. All right, we're coming back now. Bootsy, yes. Yes, he'll have access. Yes, he'll have access to tips.
At 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
Have you ever wondered if your pet is lying to you?
Why is my cat not here? And I go in and she's eating my lunch.
Or if hypnotism is real?
You will use the suggestion to enhance your control.
Or what's inside a black hole?
Black holes could be a consequence of the way we understand the universe.
Well, we have answers for you in the new podcast, Science Stuff. Join me, Jorge Cham, as we answer questions about animals, space, our brains, and our bodies. Listen to Science Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart Radio app, search Science Stuff, and listen now.
The only show brave enough to admit we Google half this stuff. This is the new.
Whatever you had going through the most viral stories of the day. And it's a pleasure to be with you. I know you have lots of things you can listen to. There's a million podcasts, a million shows. And we're just glad we're the choice, at least for today. So if you want to learn more, go to thenewsjunkie.com. RFK Jr., I know he's got a lot of things on his agenda. He wants to get rid of the fluoride in the water. He doesn't want that out there anymore. He wants to do some stuff, which I support. I support him on some stuff. I support RFK Jr. on getting rid of the advertisements for all of these prescription medicines. I would like to see that go away.
Yeah, but they look so happy, and that's taking away jobs from those actors who have to play a depressed person in black and white.
It's actually bad for us in our industry to get rid of those kind of things. But I think that we shouldn't have prescription drug companies advertising like that. I think doctors should not get any benefits whatsoever based on what they prescribe their patients. I think that we should have a setup where doctors simply recommend what they think is actually the best thing, that they have no sort of grift going on their side. And I think that's good. And I like this whole advertising of pharmaceutical crap is ugly and tacky anyways.
I just wish we knew more about it. Like if I'd have known that really hot chicks will throw big, lavish parties for you just so that you'll start pushing some pain pills. Mm-hmm. I might have switched industries.
Yeah.
Could have made that decision a while ago, but RFK is going to shut that down. I'm with him on that. I think that's cool. I dig it. Now, I'm not with him on other stuff. I don't know what's going on with this, but I guess RFK Jr. is trying to get whole milk back in the schools. Like, when I say whole milk,
smelly.
I mean the thick stuff.
Yeah.
I mean the red cap milk.
You mean the
when we were
delicious milk?
No.
I'm not a whole milk gal.
You know me now. I used to when I was growing up because that's what my parents had. We would put it in the refrigerator, and my dad would always get whole milk. That's what we drank. And then if I went over to a friend's house and they had skim milk, I'd go, what?
Buddy.
Watered down.
That's what I grew up on. I did not know what whole milk was. And
it's too thick.
Then I've tried 2%. I'm like, this is me. This is where I belong.
I think
and skim milk now is water.
My parents always had skim milk as far as I can remember, even though I think they recommend you give babies whole milk. We give Jackson whole milk. That kid drinks whole thick-ass milk.
Well, for babies, you can make more sense of it. I get it. I get it.
But I grew up on the skim, I don't even, fat-free, maybe 1 or 2%, but I think it was usually fat-free or skim. And then I remember going somewhere where they only had whole, and my mom watered it down for me because she thought I wouldn't like whole.
Sweet mama.
She thought it would be like too much for me or something.
She always thought everything was too much for you.
But when I got to middle school, like if you wanted milk, that's what they had. I think it was just whole milk. I don't remember there being options.
Cartons. No, I remember options because the little carton red.
They were tough to open.
Red was the whole milk. Then
They
you had
were
chocolate
tough
milk.
to. What kind of pussy can't open a milk carton?
I couldn't. I had problems with those things all the time. Those milk cartons, they had to open them a particular way.
Yeah, we had the cardboard, cartons,
Right.
the heavy paper or whatever.
But those were color coordinated. You guys
The only color we had was red.
You didn't have chocolate milk option?
I hate chocolate milk.
We had chocolate milk too. But then they took those out of the schools, and now they want, this is bipartisan, Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act would allow higher fat milks in school meal programs. Maybe, was it Michelle Obama that got rid of this one? Was that like her healthy
It
school
might have been.
stuff?
I know.
Nancy.
She got rid of sodas.
Says the measure would allow higher fat milks in school meal programs in addition to fat-free skim and low-fat milk already required to be available for children over 2. I personally am a fair life till I die guy.
That's too expensive for the schools, man.
It's not that much more expensive. Fairlife is like if a gallon of milk is $4, Fairlife's like $6. It's ultra pasteurized. It's delicious. It's silky, and it lasts twice as long as the other milk
because it's ultra pasteurized.
I know, but I like that. I dig that. You can leave it in there for a little while longer.
I would guess that if RFK Jr. is wanting to put whole milk back in schools to promote healthy kids, he's probably not a fan of ultra pasteurized.
No, probably not.
Because
I might be at odds with him on that.
It's cooking out all the nutrients.
Yeah, but it's also cooking out all the bad stuff too. I want to cook that stuff
hasn't
out.
it been determined that it's like milk is not really doing all that much for nutrition?
Milk is a Western thing. In the East, they don't drink milk. They look at a cow and they go, "You guys are sucking milk out that thing? That's weird as hell."
Chop it up and make sushi.
It's a Western thing that we have cows and we have dairy cows and we have milk, and it's part of our diet. In fact, the percentage of Japanese people, the percentage of people in Japan that are lactose intolerant is nuts, man.
Japan!
What, is it 75? Have we gone over this before? Let me see. Hold on. What percentage of Japanese people are lactose intolerant? I'll ask TNJAI. But it's very high. If it wasn't like, it has to at least be 60.
Approximately 90 to 95% of adults in Japan are estimated to be lactose intolerant.
Wow.
However, this can vary by region and age.
Because they didn't have it, their parents didn't have it, their grandparents didn't have it.
That's
they
so
just
many
didn't have
things.
it. That's
that
a
I
lot.
haven't enjoyed.
But that's not what they don't have the same diet as we have. In Japan, they eat so much rice and fish, and they eat things that are just completely different. They don't really grow up with beef as much because Japan is a very small island. They don't have a lot of area for agriculture to grow all this stuff. So they eat from the sea around it, and then they grow rice, obviously.
That's
in the
why they
rice
eat so many
fields.
whales.
They do. They eat the whales sometimes. People get real mad at Japan for eating the whale.
Japan!
I don't like that. Now, let's talk about re-Hooterization, because we are currently in the process of re-Hooterization. Hooters is going from an R rating to a PG-13 rating as part of a new branding strategy to make it more family-friendly. The company's CEO is calling it re-Hooterization. Now, Hooters is going back to the family that started this whole thing. It was sold off for a while. They're getting rid of the bikini days, which we've talked about before. They're getting rid of a lot of the other stuff.
Hooters.
They've now taken to a new policy. Tell me what you think about this. You know what the policy is that they're knocking down with re-Hooterization? One thing that was policy was when they had the person standing by the door, like the greeter,
Mm-hmm.
in the Hooters
Hostess?
uniform. The hostess was told in all circumstances, greet the man first.
Ugh.
If a family comes in,
I didn't know
or
that
if
was a thing.
husband and wife come in, the man is our customer. Greet the man first. Now they have said greet the women first. We no longer are going to do that. We're doing re-Hooterization.
Okay, so here's the thing. Family friendly.
Mhm.
But the
Hooters.
name,
Hooters,
the name of the restaurant
is Hooters.
is based off of a euphemism for breasts.
It is, yes, indeed. Yeah. But now they've always had the owl as a logo to fall back on, but
Whose
it was very
eyes
clear.
look like boobs.
Everything's been clear from the jump about Hooters and what they're up to. But now they're saying we want to greet women first when they come to the restaurant.
Fox 2 can't help themselves with this story. Branding experts say it's difficult with a double D to now all of a sudden get moms and kids through the door.
Everybody is going to, every story about this is going to be focusing on that.
Breast foot forward.
I didn't know about the greeting the man first thing, but I did have a friend right out of high school that worked for Hooters for probably not very long. But she had, she was going through orientation and she had the outfit and everything.
Boobs?
And she said she had boobs, yes, as one does.
Praise the Lord.
And she said that every time they present the check, they have to write thanks on it and a heart.
Stupid.
Really?
Like it was part of the protocol.
That's like raisins.
Was to have like a personal touch.
They're like,
quote unquote, and write on it and like
be on the fence of flirting
yeah.
with everybody.
I have the rules. So these are the rules for Hooters waitresses as of now. That these are going to change with re-Hooterification. But
so these are
now,
the old rules.
Yeah, these are the old
good
ones.
old days.
Employees are required to wear the Hooters uniform, which has the white tank top, orange shorts, white sneakers, and slouch socks. You have to wear pantyhose. You have to wear a white or nude bra. You have to have your hair and nail styled to the rules.
That's expensive.
You have to have your makeup worn and your appearance is checked at the start of each shift. You have to check in with your manager who will check your
that's
makeup.
So weird.
Your manager.
For what? Minimum waitress wage?
Do you look hootery enough? They'll look at you and say, is your makeup ready to go? You have to be friendly and approachable, but physical contact beyond a hand around the waist is generally encouraged. But you can scoop a loop on these ladies and it's okay.
What?
Employees are expected to maintain a professional demeanor and avoid any behavior that could be seen as inappropriate. They have a zero tolerance policy for harassment or discrimination, which is good. And here's where it gets like, oh, okay. The minimum age to work at Hooters is 18. While there isn't a specific weight limit, employees are expected to maintain a certain appearance, if you will. And now they're trying to be a little more inclusive, but let's see if they can survive.
On the other end, Tilted Kilt and Twin Peaks are like, we're not doing any of that. Come see
shake 'em.
our girls.
Yeah, they got to go the other direction. I don't know if these places are going to survive. It's getting a little wild out there. But what do you think, folks? Tell us, is Hooters going to survive? Give us your Hooters yes or Hooters no dispatches on the way out. And here's what we got for you coming up. The final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. Ooh, almost made it Friday.
Close.
Thursday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have some.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday night forecast. Mild temperatures and partly cloudy skies through the overnight, which means for your Friday morning, you will be headed out the door with those warm and humid conditions. Seeing those temperatures to start off Friday throughout the low 70s, quickly warming up into the upper 80s and low 90s once again to wrap up the work week. Looking ahead into the weekend, still going to be hot and humid with highs in the low 90s. Have a great night.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
What if I can guarantee the price of Bitcoin will be $1 million in 2030? Well, I can't, but I can guarantee you'll save a lot of money on blinds at my company, Blindster.com. Free samples, free shipping, and guaranteed to fit. Shop at Blindster.com today.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
Ready to give up the bottle? Drinking too much and ready for a change? Dr. Robert Malpass with CNS Healthcare in Orlando is seeking adults ages 18 to 65 who regularly consume large amounts of alcohol to take part in a medication research study. If you're ready to make a change, call CNS Healthcare at 407-425-5100 today to learn more about this research study for those who desire to drink less. Or go to cnshealthcare.com to schedule a free consultation.
Don't miss an evening with Lee Asher, animal rescue advocate and founder of the Asher House. Lee will share stories, talk about his journey to save animals, and his true purpose to inspire people. Lee will be live on stage at the Hard Rock Live Orlando Wednesday, October 15th. Tickets on sale Friday, April 4th at Ticketmaster and the Hard Rock Live box office. Lee Asher, founder of the Asher House, live on stage October 15th at Hard Rock Live Orlando.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
This Easter, join Chef Tellaluna and the rest of the team at Rosen Center for a brunch buffet featuring dozens of freshly prepared dishes that are sure to satisfy. Don't miss out on classics like roasted pork loin or sweets like white chocolate almond croissants. Celebrate Easter Sunday at Rosen Center's brunch buffet with Chef Tellaluna and indulge in more than 60 delectable dishes that are guaranteed to impress every member of the family. Enjoy crab claws, chocolate ganache cake, and so much more. Easily make your reservation today at rosencenter.com/Easter. That's rosencenter.com/Easter.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
From the very beginning, iHeart has believed in me.
Even now, I still get excited when I hear one of my songs playing on the radio.
Thank you, iHeartRadio, for honoring the truth I've fought for in my music.
Because we believe in the power of music. All your favorite artists, all in one place. The free iHeartRadio app.
Hi, I'm Kyle, founder of Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 to make quality, custom-made blinds affordable to everyone. Traditional window covering retailers are expensive. Our prices are low, and our blinds are guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Home of the world famous Game of Magnets.
Cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday.
I'm not getting it, man. I'm not getting it. This whole real ID, how everybody's freaking out.
People are panicking about the real ID thing, man.
Florida, and it might be different in like New York and some of the other states where people are listening. Florida began issuing real ID compliant credentials after January 1st of 2010. That's
but said nothing about it.
Yeah, they did say something about it, but that's 14, 15 years ago.
They started talking about this in 2005, and the Real ID Act became effective nationwide on May 11th, 2008. And like, I'm looking at mine. My license was issued in 2020, and it expires in 2028. That's like much less than 15 years.
All right.
So anybody should have had to, at some point, renew their driver's license before the deadline.
If it has a gold star, you're good, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Crap.
You don't have a gold star?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, see, I figured. That's why Celine's so confused by this.
Scared.
If you don't know why you've got situations like Palm Beach County, Florida, where it's a month apparently in some places to be able to get an appointment to get your driver's license renewed, it's because there's like a month left until this May 7th date.
Yeah.
And after May 7th, if you're trying to travel and you don't have the star on your driver's license, no matter where you live in the country, that's called Real ID, the star on your driver's license. You can't fly with the license. You can't. You'll be blocked from flying.
There's so many people who are going to get.
And everybody just waits. They're all procrastinators waiting till the very, very last second.
I would love to fly on May 7th. Probably got the row to ourselves.
Without
maybe
a
get
doubt.
an upgrade to first class for cheap.
True. Okay, I wanted to talk about a couple of things on the way out here. One is, I guess, if you missed this story, let me give you a quick recap because there's another captain catching some hell here. We talked earlier about this story where some boat captain was harassing this young guy who was out fishing by himself. And there was the whole back and forth of this super dramatic thing. And eventually the boat captain jumped on the young kid's boat and forced him to apologize to him. And
Scared the crap out of him.
It was just like unbelievable, terrible bullying behavior. And
that was a frightening sound in his voice. Like
he's
like, I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid.
The whole like video, I felt a different way once the guy had gotten on the boat and I heard the way this kid was talking because he was scared.
Like, protector mode. I'm just like, I wish somebody else would have been on the boat with this guy because to defend him. Like, I'm sure he got scared. He's like, is this psycho about to break my neck and steal my boat? He just jumped on.
For those of you who missed it, the captain is getting a world of S right now for this, but this will bring you back here.
Because he didn't have his lights on. Bro, you should have come flying through the middle of the bridge. You know people fish here, bro.
That's the young guy.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know if that's what you want to hear, bro. Yeah, you should apologize. But, bro. More than you can possibly fathom in your wild motherfucking Me too, bro. I'm out here all the time, bro. I'm 300 days a year on the water. All right, bro. Every day, I'm the best charter captain you'll ever meet.
Yeah, who doesn't act like this? All the best charter captains act this way.
Selling it, man. Selling
and
it.
this is the part where he jumps on board.
Out. Chill, bro. Chill,
tries
bro.
to drive
Please,
away.
Bro. Please, okay, please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Bro, I'm a kid, bro. Please. Apologize. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You're gonna cuss me the all right, bro. In the middle of the no, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Back to my boat. Okay.
Bring me back to my boat. Bring me back to my boat, he says. So that captain was very quickly identified.
Good.
And there's an investigation going on.
Brock.
Brock was identified very quickly. And I guess another Brock is catching hell over this, who just happens to have a similar name.
His name's Captain Brock.
Yeah, he's another Captain Brock. And what's that guy's last name, Sealand?
I think it's Wagner, but, leave the guy alone and make sure it's Brock Horner if you're trying to be an asshole about things.
Captain Brock Wagner posts, there is a negative viral video about a Captain Brock with an aqua boat out of Punta Gorda. This is not me. I have the unfortunate luck of sharing the same first name, and I have the same color boat. I am Captain Brock Wagner. I fish in the Everglades and not the one in the video. I am a hardworking family man, and this is affecting my business and family. Unfortunately, we're also getting threats. Please help us to spread the word. Sincerely, Captain Brock Wagner.
What are the odds?
Wrong
Same
break.
color boat.
Looks like somebody may have moved Tarpon Coast Fishing Charter's address to that of the Charlotte Correctional Institution on one of the map sites.
They are going after this guy. All right, we'll see what happens with that. We'll see if we hear back from those involved, and we'll give you updates on the show tomorrow. As for right now, here we go. Let's do those final dispatches on the way out.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
That's right. Lots of them sent today. Lots of thoughts, lots of comments, and these are the last ones that are going to squeeze in under the line. Here's Shark Baits.
Hey there, Junkies. It's Sarah. I don't know how quickly you can dispatch this. It's the last minute. I just went to this Prime IV place with my brother. He is post-surgical, needing some hydration. And that place was pretty legit. It's expensive. But just for those massage chairs alone, they let me use them even though I wasn't getting an IV. Hot diggity. Damn. Highly recommend.
Dog.
Okay, bye.
All right. Sounds like a good time. Let's talk about Hooters with Twin Pro.
What's up, guys? Hey, listen, I haven't been to Hooters in years, but the last 2 times I went, I didn't have a good experience. And it wasn't the food or anything like that, because I wasn't really going there for the food.
What was it?
But I get sat in a section, and it's A-cups. Like, that's not, like, the only reason I went there, but, I mean, literally, okay, yeah, it's not an owl, okay? It's not an owl on their logo. They can say whatever they want, okay? But A-cups, I mean, is that sexist that I didn't enjoy my meal? I still tipped.
He still tipped well, he said. He wanted something bigger, I guess. Somebody says C-Lane's weird.
C-Lane, you don't like chocolate milk? Yeah, that sounds like some heresy.
Not as an adult.
He is an adult.
It's delicious. I'm an adult. I love chocolate milk.
I don't like sweet milk anymore.
Last one here, Skyrave, talking about women liking action movies.
Hey, y'all. I tuned in kind of late, so I don't know if I am responding correctly. But if you're just looking for women that like action movies, I'm all about action movies. One of my favorite ones is The Lost City. Funny enough, I thought it was The Lost City of D. But that might have or might not have been why I started watching it. But it's a great movie.
Okay.
I just don't want them to be gory. But yeah, action movies rock.
That's more of a
Have a good day,
comedy,
y'all.
She's a fan, but she doesn't want them to be gory, she says. So a bit of a stipulation on that front from
You
Skyrave.
couldn't have a perfectly action-packed movie without blood and guts.
I like
Yeah, I
blood
think
and
so.
guts. More explosions, the better.
More blood and guts starts to eke over into horror, though, to me, just a little bit at least.
Yeah.
Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Tesla was popping off a little bit because of the rumors that Elon would be leaving the Trump administration. Of course, I told you a long time ago, he's only got so many days that he can operate like he's operating. And for each year, there's only like 150 or so days that you can be the type of employee, special employee that Elon Musk is. So in May, that all ends. And Tesla was bumping up a little bit after that. But I think everything's getting hit today. Tesla probably amongst the stocks getting drilled a bit. A U.S. tourist has been arrested after giving a can of Coke to the world's most isolated tribe on a forbidden island where they tend to kill visitors.
Did they like
the
it?
guy,
the
Mikhailo Polyakonov, the North Sentinel Island is where he did this. Yes, Elon, you're correct about that. And they said he blew a whistle for an hour straight on the beach to get their attention, which is so annoying. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
That was my whistle there. Today I Learned for a Wednesday. That's louder. April 3rd, 2025. Today I Learned this movie right here.
Titanic?
That's right. The creator of Titanic, James Cameron, was in a bit of an awkward spot. On 9/11, he was in a submarine making a documentary about the Titanic.
Whoops.
Hours later, when he surfaced, he's like, "What's going on, guys? Anything I should know about?" I said,
Sit down for this, Jimmy.
Did they say he was with Bill Paxton?
Yes, he was.
9/11 happened. James Francis Cameron. 9/11 happened. Today I learned Minnesota has lost more than 50% of their moose population since the mid-2000s. Why? A brainworm is one of the main factors killing off the mooses, the Mussolinis, if you will, in Minnesota. And they have lost quite a bit of these animals. And they're big. Boy, if you ain't seen a video of a moose is a big, 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 tall animal. And finally, today I learned this band right here.
Hit it.
I did.
Sticks.
Sticks is correct, yes. Taylor and Sticks released their hit single, Come Sail Away. Sail away on your boat. Don't start a fight. Don't jump on board somebody else's. Sail away and enjoy yourself.
Sail away.
And they sailed away on July 7th, 1977, or 7777 is when this Come Sail Away tune crashed into speakers near you. Thank you so much for hanging out. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast on the website, the news.